And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. We've got another big game, number 1 in round number 2 here of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The New York Rangers against Carolina Hurricanes. And the top 2 teams from the Metro Division in the regular season will now face off in a playoff series against each other here in round number 2. And we've got a special guest here for this stream tonight. Joining me is Steele. Most of you guys know Steele from our show on Friday nights that we did during the season. And obviously, Steele's joining me tonight for this stream. We're going to watch this game, have some fun, and call all the action for you as we get ready to kick off night number 2 of round number 2 in this year's playoffs. I want to say that I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you guys so much. John, Lucas, David, Eddie, Robert, Amber, Derek, Austin, Joey, Victoria. What is going on, everybody? Welcome in. Dominic, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Steele's channel is linked in the description of the video and in the pinned comment at the top of the chat as well. So if you guys want to check out Steele Flyers, it would be awesome to take a look at. He has some great content on his channel. Give him a sub and help grow Steele Flyers. Appreciate you being here, Steele. It's awesome to have you. Are you ready for some hockey tonight?
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite time of the year. I love playoff hockey. I can't wait to get into it, man. Listen, I have been watching your streams, John, for the first round. Like, I turn your voice on and I turn the sound down on the games and I watch the games. I'm here to tell you I'd much rather be listening to you calling the games than anybody else on the planet. John is the GOAT. That's right, baby. Greatest of all time. If you aren't checking John out on his stream and you're not watching his channel, you're not subscribing to him, then you're missing out.
Thank you. BC Transportation, Daniel, Elvis, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Amber, thank you so much for subscribing. That is awesome. Really helps Steele out a lot.
Get that subscriber
really
hype going.
That. So we're getting ready here to kick off this series. The top 2 teams from the Metro in the regular season are now meeting in the playoffs, a 1 versus 2 matchup. And obviously, both of these teams went to 7 games in their first round series. I imagine they're going to give each other a real tight, tough series here in this round.
I hope so. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not even expecting this to not be nothing more than a knockdown, drag out. Just these games are going to hurt. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's going to be a lot of banging of bodies here, and you're going to see it. You're going to see the physicality is going to be ramped up because that's the Carolina game. Okay, when you got guys like D'Angelo and Slavin and Cole back there, man in the blue line for Carolina, those guys are going to hit you, and New York's got to be ready, and they are. With the likes of Fox, Lindgren, and Miller and Trouba, they bring it as well too. So this is going to be, I believe, probably one of the best rounds of the second round. I think, along with the Florida Tampa Bay series, I think these are going to be the best games.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm expecting a really good series here between these two, and I think it's going to be a really fun matchup. These teams played in the regular season. They played a lot of close games. Carolina did win 3 out of the 4 matchups in the regular season, but they were fairly close games, very hard-fought games.
Yeah.
And, I think, we're going to see a lot of that. I would not be surprised if a lot of the games in this series are kind of 1-goal games, maybe 2 goals if you add in an empty netter here and there. But I don't think you're going to be seeing like 5-1, 6-1 type of scores. I think this is going to be a lot more closer than that.
Well, here's going to be the key to this matchup, and I don't care what anybody says, it's going to be goaltending. Mm-hmm. Because if Shesterkin comes out like he did against Boston, then there's no chance for New York, because I think if Carolina smells that blood, they're going to be all over that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Shesterkin's got to be on his game right off.
Shesterkin had some rough games against Pittsburgh, particularly games 3 and 4. in Pittsburgh, where, you know, on
Yeah,
the
I'm
road
sorry, against Pittsburgh.
wasn't necessarily kind to him. So I
Yeah,
think his play is going to be very, very important here in this series. And I think, you know, the Rangers are able to go as far as he can take them. I mean, goaltending is
agreed.
such a huge key that, you know, the Rangers need him to be at the top of his game, because if he's not, which we saw at the end of the series, he played a lot better. He had that really rough game 3 and 4. He ended up getting pulled, but he got it back together and played well again later on in that series.
Yeah, but game
And really
6
played well in game 7, and that's a good sign for New York.
Yeah, okay, because I was just gonna say, because game 6 it wasn't so good. You know what I mean? So yeah, but game 7, yeah, and I agree, and that was my mistake. New York did not play Boston; they played Pittsburgh.
Yes, Carolina played Boston, and that was an interesting series, with the home team ending up winning every game that series.
Right.
I think Carolina's going to be tough to beat at home. They're going to be a tough team to beat in Carolina.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but I'll tell you what, though, if New York can break that and win that one odd game there in Carolina, then they have a shot.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And if Shesterkin plays like he did in the regular season,
yep,
MVP caliber player, then I believe New York has a chance, because I think New York might have a little bit more offense, you know what I'm saying,
yep,
than what I think Carolina does.
All right, so I got the poll up in the chat, everybody, so you guys can get your votes in on who you think is going to take this one here tonight. And get your votes in, get your picks, so we can see what you guys think as far as who's going to take this one. Rangers on the road, Carolina at home. Got a bunch more people to say hello to in the chat. That we got My 2 Cents here. We got Ares. We've got Sasha. We've got Mike and Julie, Ryan, David, Spawners. What's going on? Aiden, welcome in. Real deal, good to have you. Ace, Jay. Chris, what's going on? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Good to have you guys all in the chat tonight. We're getting ready to go. They're doing the national anthem now, and then we will be getting underway to start this one. Game 1 of this series. Let's see. We've got 50 in the chat already. Thank you guys all so much for being here. And this is going to be a fun one. I think this is going to be a very tight series. And I'm very.
We already got predictions flying, buddy.
Yeah.
Right. Rangers in 6. Now, how did you do in your bracket challenge?
I got 7 out of the 8 first-round series picks.
Yeah,
correctly.
Me too.
Not all of them were the right number of games, but I got the winner correct in 7 out of the 8.
Yeah, that was me too. I got a couple of the games correct, but so which one did you miss on?
Minnesota, St. Louis.
Oh, you picked Minnesota. Okay, I picked Toronto over Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Right, so that was what my one loss was, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. So I'm 7-1 as well too. So there.
We'll see how round 2 goes.
Yeah, right.
Brian, what's going on? Welcome in. Angela, welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Wow, thanks everybody for being in the chat, man. This is great. I love watching your streams, John, man. You got it going on, man. The people here that come in here to watch your streams are so awesome. They're so knowledgeable. They really know the game. That's what makes this so cool. Is that a lot of the people that come here to the chat know the game and know you and follow you, and so it's great, man. Plus you get a lot of great new people that come in too, man. So that's always awesome to see all the great new people that come in too. So John covers the entire NHL, and he is the main man, pots and pans. If you want to check out all the games, and for sure he's the one to be calling the games. So check him out.
I appreciate it. Edited, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Good to have you in the chat. So far in the poll, 61% of you have the Hurricanes. Only 23 votes, though, so very small sample size. This is going to change a lot as more votes come in throughout the night. But Well, all right, now we're down to 58% Hurricanes, 42% Rangers. So that's actually somewhat of a close split here. We'll see. Obviously, we got
Okay.
Igor Shesterkin in goal for the Rangers. We got Antti Raanta in net down at the other end. Vernon, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
All right, we're getting ready to call the action now as these teams are lining up at center ice, and we're going to get into game number 1 here, the start of this series. Hurricanes have not lost on home ice yet in the playoffs. We'll see if that changes or if they can keep this streak going here tonight. This is going to be a fun one. Top 2 teams in the Metro, and let's see what happens here as these teams get ready to go. Rangers starting, ooh, it looks like the 4th line, Kevin Rooney out there.
Oh, there you go.
And it looks like depth line for the for Carolina as well. These teams looking to set the tone early. 4th lines for each team start. We are underway as the Canes push it forward. Rangers get it back, trying to take it out of their own zone. Played here through the neutral zone. Backhanded in by Brendan Smith. Down into the corner, Kotkaniemi first to it. Hit by Keandre Miller behind the net. Forecheck coming now for Carolina. This is worked up the wall, kept in by Ian Cole. Canes getting the cycle game going. Kotkaniemi in the corner. Going to work this one around. Just over 25 seconds in. Played back deep. And Rangers are going to clear it out. This time they come up ice. Over the red line into the offensive zone. Chance now for New York into the middle for Tyler Mott. Poked off his stick, but he gets it back in the neutral zone. Line change coming now. Rangers will regroup. They have the puck now back in their own end. Trying to work it up. Lindgren, pass to the middle. Zibanejad through the neutral zone. Stolen away from him. Carolina takes it. James, what's going on? Welcome in. J-Dog, welcome. Thank you for watching.
Going to be some quick changes here in this first period right off.
Yeah, I think they were trying to set a tone with the 4th lines, but they just kind of played catch with it. So no one really able to get the forecheck established, so they get a quick line change there just about 30 seconds in. Mitch, what's going on? Welcome in. Back to the point now. Long shot misses wide. Here's Kreider, and he can't get it out. Niederreiter behind the net. We're going to have a penalty coming up here to Carolina. Early penalty called to Nino Niederreiter, as it looks like he caught Adam Fox up high.
Yeah.
And Niederreiter is going to go off to the penalty box here, and Fox is picking himself up off the ice. And this is going to be an early power play for the Rangers here in period number 1.
You know, watching the game against Florida and Tampa Bay, I think that's what did Florida in, was those very early, right off the bat, penalties against Florida. They weren't able to get in the rhythm, and that happened in their first game in the first series too. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's not good when you take penalties right away.
Yeah, no, it kind of, really your whole game plan kind of gets kicked to the curb when you start having to kill penalties early on. You can't really get yourself established and your flow going when you're already on the penalty kill,
Exactly.
A minute and a half in. So,
I mean, I don't think it was a malicious. I think it was an inadvertent.
No, the stick was behind
him.
Yeah,
he skated into it.
It was a 2-minute penalty here. Shorthanded break now for the Hurricanes. Stahl rips that one high off glass. Well wide with that. Rangers trying to come back the other way. Good shorthanded opportunity there, but Jordan Stahl missed the net by quite a bit on that one. It's brought up now by Zibanejad to Panarin. Rangers into the offensive zone. So Niederreiter caught Fox up high with a stick. Now the Rangers take a penalty, and that's going to do it for their power play. Ryan
so much for that.
Strome, not smart there. The power play only lasts about 30 seconds, and the Rangers head to the box themselves. It's going to be some 4-on-4, and now we're going to have some open ice here. Both teams taking penalties here early.
Well, then maybe that might even things out then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I think
because now both teams are going to be 4-on-4.
We should get some high-paced action here up and down the ice now with the 4-on-4.
Yeah, for sure.
Open things up. Zero, what's going on? Alex, welcome in. LGG, welcome. Red Rubber, good to have you in the chat. Really appreciate it. Nathaniel, welcome in.
What's up, everybody?
Moved back out now to the neutral zone. Played here. Logan, welcome into the stream. Thanks for watching. Trouba fires one in on Raanta there. Pad save. Rangers trying to set up in the offensive zone. 1:10 still to go in the 4-on-4. Played out now by Carolina. Tony DeAngelo with the drop pass. And the Hurricanes are just going to relax back in their own zone. Try and start the breakout here. Ollie, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Crystal, good to have you in the stream. Thank you for watching. Played back out now. Aho at the point. Carolina setting up offensive zone, trying to work this one around. Played here to the sideboards. 40 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Long shot there from the point. Blocked to the corner. Rangers get it back. Carried up now by Rooney. Or no, excuse me, Lafreniere. And Lafreniere gets that one out of the zone. Soccer, LJ, Mean Girl Hockey, Garrett, King, Isaiah, Road Warriors. What is going on? Welcome into the stream. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Working back now. Ottawa, hello. Charles, welcome in. Final 15 seconds now, the 4-on-4. Rangers chip it out to the neutral zone. Trying to play this one around. Worked up here. Carolina's going to get an abbreviated power play only for about 30 seconds as the 4-on-4 comes to an end. And they bring it in behind the net here. Shesterkin looking to be tested, but that one hops over Slavin's stick. It's back out to the neutral zone. Kane's not able to get anything going on that chance. They bring it back in now. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Working this one around. Timmy, Miguel, Fabian, Mike, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to have you guys. Power play comes to an end now as the Rangers cleared all the way down, and both teams 0 for 1 so far on the man advantage. We remain scoreless 4 minutes into the first. Moved up now into the offensive end. Here's Nino Niederreiter behind the net, ripped around. Played back here. John, what's going on? Welcome in. Played down. Brady Shea works it down low behind the net. Through Jordan Stahl there. Played by Nino Niederreiter in the corner. It's chipped out to Ian Cole at the point. He keeps it in at the blue line. Kane's back on the attack. Behind the net, Braden Schneider takes a hit there from Jesper Fast. And that one's cleared now out of the zone. Taking up ice, Tyler Mott for the Rangers. Trying to pass one through the middle there. Ronta gets across. And is able to get a pad on that. Back out to Fox. Fox out high. Throws it purposely wide. Trying to get a carom off the wall. He gets it to Ryan Reeves. Reeves now cycling for New York. Down in the corner. Mott comes in to help against Pesci. Played around here.
Ronta's had more of the work so far.
Taken back now. Played over the red line. Backhanded in by Ryan Strome. He sends it deep. And Kane's come back the other way. It's Sveshnikov. Sveshnikov now up ice into the offensive zone. Aho with a cross-ice pass. Here's a shot from Jarvis, and that's deflected up and out of play by Ryan Lindgren. And we're going to get our first whistle in a while since the last penalty call. We had a pretty good stretch of play there. A solid, 3 or so minutes of nonstop action. But that one deflected up and out. Will be an ozone draw face-off coming up now in for Carolina. Yes, I do, Ottawa. Stop asking the same thing over and over. Okay, Daniel, cool. 14:45 to go here in the first.
Yeah, Ronta's been getting more of the work here so far in this game with the first, 5.5 minutes or so in the game.
Yeah, Carolina hasn't had a official oh no, now they gave them one. They've got one shot on goal now. So
okay.
Canes finally got their first shot here. A little over 5 minutes in as it's worked in front. Now chance there. That one just sent wide for New York.
Oh my.
Rangers working it down now. Keep it in the offensive zone. Played over. Top of the circle. Back to Miller. Out at the point. Played up now. And 14-13 to go here in the first.
Man, New York is still trying to get the cycle game going, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, they're keeping the pressure on and trying
to get as
much going in the offensive end as they can. Carolina's kind of back a little bit here, but I will say,
playing back on their heels.
Looking back on the Bruins Hurricane series, a lot of the games in Carolina, Boston was really good for the first 5 minutes, and the Canes just weathered that storm for the first 5 minutes, and then the rest of the game, Carolina took over. So
yeah, exactly.
This is following a similar pattern as the early starts to the Bruins-Canes games did, and then Carolina, once they got going, that was it, and Boston was not able to win a single game. So the big thing was that Boston had all this pressure early in the game, never scored. Then Carolina would go down the other way, score, and that would completely flip the game.
Exactly, because
And
then it would blow the tire out of it or take the air out of everybody.
yeah, I think if the Rangers can get one in the net, that could kind of change the pattern. But
But I'm not.
it's still
Yeah,
sitting 0-0 here despite the pressure from New York.
yeah. Even with New York now having more shots on goal than Carolina for sure.
13:52 here to go in the first. It will be an offensive zone face-off for Carolina here. One back.
So with
right
Kreider, that's the other thing too is Carolina's going to have to shut down Kreider, and he hasn't even been he hasn't even mentioned his name not once.
Yeah, I have not said Chris Kreider's name yet. We're going to our first commercial break here, so we're a little over 6 minutes into this one. Rangers and Hurricanes still 0-0. And it will be an offensive zone face-off coming up for the Carolina Hurricanes when we come back. Grego, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all of you guys watching here tonight. And awesome to have you on the channel and in the chat. Please don't forget, it would really mean a lot if you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL. So fans of all teams are welcome and wanted. I'll be streaming all playoffs long, just trying to build a hockey community where everyone can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. As you can see, special guest on the stream tonight. And there we go. That is Steel from Steel Flyers. And you can get the link to his channel in the description of the video or in the pinned comment at the top of the chat as well.
Thanks, brother.
Steel and I do the Off the Wall Hockey Show Friday nights during the regular season. And he's on here joining me for the stream tonight between the Rangers and Hurricanes. And it's been pretty good game so far. Some good flow to the game, some good chances, but nobody able to find the back of the net just yet.
No, and they had that power play. Each team had a power play, well, abbreviated power play, and each team took a penalty right off the get-go. So that kind of defeated the purpose of them starting that fourth line right away. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they started that fourth line right away thinking, yeah, we're going to set the tone, you know what I mean? And that didn't quite work out because, both teams got penalties and it was 4-on-4 for a good part of that first half of the first period there. You know what I mean? And so it's never good because now you can't get your flow, you can't get your lines, you can't get your, you know what I mean? And so you need to get that first couple 5-10 minutes or whatever of the game so you can get that rhythm going. You get your lines rotating and everything like that. And they've been doing quick shifts too, like every 30 seconds, whatever. There's guys jumping over the boards.
Yeah, they're rolling fours right now. They're trying to get everybody into the game, everybody ramped up, ready to go. Absolutely. And we're back now. Carolina in the offensive zone trying to keep it there. Rangers going to clear it out. Jay, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Kilo, what's going on? Welcome in. Renee, welcome. Thank you for watching. Mortal, always hockey. Good to see you. All sports. Christine, Charlie. We got a bunch more coming in the chat. Really appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you, everyone.
Mohammed, good to see you in the chat. Game Hunter, welcome in. 13:10 to go here in the first. It's worked up now by Carolina through the neutral zone. Dumped into the offensive end. I'm going to say Carolina all sports, but I think this is going to be a one-goal game. I think this is going to be a close one. Cassie, what's going on? Jason, welcome in. And we got a chance in front now. And the Rangers score first. New York opens the scoring. That is a big road goal here for the Rangers. 1-0 lead as Philip Hedl puts one home, and just over 7 minutes in, the Rangers strike first on the road.
Yeah, just like you called it, John. That's exactly what they needed. Right up over the top of his pad. He was able to get it elevated. Good shot, good goal. That's exactly what you were talking about, though, John. If Rangers were able to get in that first couple minutes of the game and be able to score, maybe that'll change the momentum here of what's going on.
This is what Boston couldn't do, was get one in the back of the net first. And the Rangers have come out and done it. And I think that definitely changes things here. It could really change the momentum potentially, depending on we'll see how Carolina responds to this. They only gave up the first goal once in the entire series against the Bruins, and that was in game number 6, which they lost. So we'll see how Carolina responds here. They're going to look for a quick answer to try and carry this one up, or tie this one up. Tyler Mott shaking up, going back.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
he
yeah,
got
I thought
hit by
I saw.
Ian Cole.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was a puck or a stick or something that hit him.
Yeah, that gets dumped in now behind the net. Rangers going back on the forecheck. Too far in front of Jarvis. AJ, what's going on? Welcome in. JZFL, welcome. Jack, welcome in. Braden, Raji goes, Proud American. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Canes, wow, they took the shot away from Carolina.
Yeah, they did. I was just going to say that.
They officially still do not have a shot on goal in this game.
Rangers have 8 shot attempts, 4 shots on goal.
All right, now they put a 1 back on the shot counter for Carolina here. So
okay,
they officially have 1 shot, but they've got to get some more pucks to the net. We're almost halfway through the period now.
I know. And they've even had some abbreviated power play and some 4-on-4.
No, I am not, Logan. I'll be doing a doubleheader tomorrow night, though, but tonight is only 1. Once again, guys, that information for the rest of the playoffs will all be available in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. Yeah,
man, check that out, guys. He puts the schedule out there. Thank God he does, man.
Schedule is there, and will be for every stream. I'll always post that and pin it to the top.
Awesome sauce, man. Thank you very much, Sean, for doing that. Thank you very much for doing these streams here. And I think we got a little bit of a whistle and a little thing here. They did put that shot back up there, though, so okay.
Trying to chip it out now. Jesper Fost up to Jacob Slaving. Cleared all the way back. To get it now is Adam Fox behind his own net. 11 minutes to go in the first period. Move through the middle, over the red line, dumped into the offensive end. And that came from behind the red line. They're going to call that icing. And it's going to be an offensive zone faceoff coming back the other way for Carolina now with 10:58 to go in the first. And the Canes looking for the tying goal.
And Mott was high sticked there. Mott, New York. He was definitely taken out there.
Oh, so that's why he was going back to the bench very gingerly there.
Yeah.
Taken now, long one, blasted from the point, but blocked in front. Rebound chance, just Shesterkin with a nice pad stop. And Rangers will come back the other way as that one's dumped in now. Chasing after it, going in hard is Vetrano with a heavy hit on Niederreiter. Canes move it quickly, though, chip it to the middle. Here's Brady Shea, and that ends up in back behind Braden Schneider there. And the Rangers take possession. Dumped back down. Rangers will go in on the forecheck. Brendan Smith back to get it. Spun off there, check there, sends him flying to the corner and gets the puck out. Both teams going for it now, neutral zone. Rangers back in their own end. Up the wall to Lafreniere. Kept in at the blue line by Smith again. Rangers will have to try a second time to get it out. This time they do. Into the offensive zone. Here comes Rooney. And that's stuck away there by Ronta. Ticking down now, 10 minutes to go in the first. Halfway through this opening period, New York still with the only goal. Canes chasing. They're going to beat out the icing. Thrown in front and through the middle to nobody there. Max Domi keeps it in. Glove down by Keandre Miller, and Miller's going to loft it out of the zone for New York. Up now, backhanded in by Mott. Good to see him back out on the ice.
Yeah.
So it looks like he was a little shaken up, but is good to go. And is out there now for his regular shift for the Rangers, which is great to see. He's a good fourth liner for them. Solid depth guy that they added at the deadline.
Exactly. Definitely going to need him down the stretch for sure. And if they're going to do any kind of damage against Carolina.
Z28, what's going on? Fallon, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Kyle, good to have you in the stream. Thank you for watching. I picked Colorado for the whole thing, Fallon, but they look very tough. But I certainly think that there are teams that can give them a very tight series. But I don't know. Once you get to like the Final Four, I mean, everybody's capable of winning at that point. I mean, you don't get to that point for no reason. So
exactly.
We'll see how it goes. Still a lot of hockey left to be played in these playoffs, but they look very good. That's for sure.
I mean, especially with how well they played against Nashville, and then how well they looked against St. Louis, even though St. Louis weathered, 51 shots against Bennington.
Yeah. No, they pour a lot of shots on goal, and they're just such a great team at both ends of the ice.
Yeah. And it's nice seeing Darcy Kemper back too.
Yeah. Thankfully, that wasn't a serious eye injury, and he's back in net and good to go, which is great to see.
Exactly.
Back out now, working it down low. 8:50 remaining here in the first period. Working it up now, and worked out to the neutral zone. Moved into the middle now, played back, Carolina. Down behind the net, Justin Braun takes the hit, gets it over to Schneider. Schneider can't get it out. Panarin plays it now. Stolen again, back by Carolina here, offensive zone. Moved back, long shot, knocked down there. Shesterkin with a good glove save.
I'll say.
We'll get a clear there now by the Rangers. 8:15 left in the first. Moved up ice into the offensive zone. Behind the net. Yes, I did, Logan. Yes, I did. Moved into the middle. Now here's another chance for New York. Trying to drive it in. Ronto with a huge stop there. And he's going to cover that one in the crease, and we'll get a whistle.
Man, they actually credited Carolina with 2 shots now.
And that was another good opportunity as Ryan Strome drove the net on Antti Raanta there. And that one gets covered up by Raanta as he makes a big stop. And we're going to go to our second commercial stoppage of this one. Raanta with a big save, keeping this one a 1-0 game. Rangers still on top, though. First period action, and we're down to about 8 minutes to go here in the opening period of Game 1 of this series. It's been a good start. Carolina, though, needs to try and generate some more chances. I've been surprised with the lack of opportunities for Carolina so far in this game. Like, they haven't really gotten much going in the offensive end.
No, they haven't. And they haven't really been doing as much as what I've maybe seen them in the past as far as keeping New York even outside. They've had some point blank shots, and they've had some pretty good opportunities to put the puck on the net. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So this is one of those things where it's like they need to tighten up.
Yeah.
You know, like they're trying a little too hard. Like you need to just kind of let go of your stick a little bit and let it go a little bit. You know what I mean?
Play a little more.
Yeah.
Play a little less on edge and just be like, all right, let's just play hockey, boys, and
let's just play hockey.
Get some rebounds. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, Igor Shesterkin, when he's playing well, is a goalie that you're not really gonna beat with just shoot it by him. Like you're gonna need
it's gonna be ugly.
Front. You're gonna need a rebound chance, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need an ugly goal to beat Shesterkin, and
when he's on his game, absolutely.
And see, he hasn't really been tested yet.
Yeah, we don't even know which Igor Shesterkin is here for the Rangers because they haven't really tested him at all.
No, I mean, it's like, well, okay. I mean, we know he had a little bit of problems there against Pittsburgh, especially in the beginning of the series, and a couple other games he had some problems. But man, we haven't seen any him being tested at all.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we'll get a chance now as the Hurricanes quickly get that one up and out of the zone. Rangers knock it back, though, and Fox will dump it in. Man, Carolina not able to get a whole lot going.
New York has been really taking it to them,
Backdoor Panarin shot gets blocked. 7:40 to go here in the first. Still in the offensive zone for the Rangers. They've put on a lot of good pressure in this period. Kane's finally coming back the other way. Here's a chance. That one's blocked away by Shesterkin. Shot from pretty far out, though. And that's cleared again by the Rangers. What's going on? Lewis, welcome in. Stu, G Gaming, Unknown, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Art Music, what's going on? Welcome. Nathan, good to have you in the chat. Daniel, welcome for being here. Really, really, really appreciate it. Moved up now. Niederreiter with a drop pass. Played up now to Stahl from the D into the offensive zone. Kane's trying to get that cycle game going in the offensive end. They need some more of this. No, that gets out past Pesce. Here comes Kreider up ice now, but Raanta comes way out to play it and clear the zone. Back the other way into the offensive end. Carolina back on the attack. Under 7 minutes to go in the first period. They're still looking for the tying goal. Yes, Ryan Lindgren is not on the bench anymore here for the Rangers. So looks like he is shaken up again. And he missed games in the first round against Pittsburgh with an injury. Maybe re-aggravated that here. He is not on the bench, and that is not ideal for New York, to say the least.
No, it isn't. But at least they were able to get Mata back though, because he was a little bit shaken up earlier.
Oh yeah, Tyler Mott was back after taking that stick from Cole earlier. Yes.
Yeah, to his back, a little bit of high check there.
Moved back now. Carolina in the neutral zone. 6 minutes to go in the first. Carolina now has 4 shots on goal. They throw that one in on Shesterkin. They try and play it up the wall. Kevin Rooney has it. And that's played back now up to Mott, who takes the hit to get the puck out of the zone. And Ian Cole cross ice. Carolina with possession again. Played up here into the attacking zone. Here are the Canes still looking for some more chances. Fires that one in. Nice glove save by Shesterkin. And again, a shot from far out from Carolina. It's well and good to get some, pucks fired on net and test the goaltender. And we were just saying that Carolina needs to do more of that, but they also need to get some chances more with some more traffic in front. Because if you're firing from the blue line, Shesterkin's going to stop it. If he can see the puck, he's going to stop it, 95% of the time.
For the most part, yeah. You need to get guys in front of him. You need to get bodies banging and stuff. You know what I mean? You need to get that in front of Shesterkin. You need to shake him. You can shake him. You know what I mean? Like he's not like the best puck handler in the world either. You know what I mean? If you can get him to get out of his game. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why.
No, he looks dialed in here.
Yeah.
He looks absolutely dialed in here to start this one, and he's seeing the puck well. And again, I think it's going to be traffic in front is going to be the key. If you want to get pucks by Igor Shesterkin, you got to have traffic in front.
Exactly. I mean, that's just he's too good of a goalie. If you're one-on-one with him, he's too good of a goalie. He's more than 95% of the time he's going to make that save. And this past year, I mean, he's definitely in the MVP conversation, I would say, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
He had a .935 save percentage this season, which is a just incredible number.
I mean, hello.
You don't see that very often.
No,
that was like
you
7th
don't.
highest in NHL history, or so, it was something like that. It was an incredibly good season for him. Matthew, what's going on? Welcome in. Rangers fan, welcome in. Hector, welcome in. Thank you guys all for being here. Really appreciate it. No, I am not running a clock. I am not starting and stopping a clock every time play goes. It will just end up being wrong, because unless you want to run it, I'm all set with that. Jack, what's going on? Welcome in. Back from commercial break now. Offensive zone face-off for Carolina. Worked up now, and that one is cleared out right away by the Rangers. Again, Carolina in this first period is not getting sustained pressure. And
they're not playing well in the neutral zone either. They're letting the transition game go with the New York Rangers, and they're not playing in the neutral zone.
Gets taken now along the side of the net. Another big stop there for Ronta, and he's going to cover that one up. 5:16 to go in the first.
Just seems like Carolina's letting them get set up. Do you know what I mean? They're not like stopping them at the blue line. They're letting them just come in.
Yeah, Rangers are getting a lot of pressure here in this game. Absolutely. They've had a very good first period here.
And even the games that they played during the regular season, New York, it's not like New York was completely outplayed or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, New York was quite the surprise this year. They were probably one of the dark horse teams, I guess you could say. I mean, I expected them to be better than they were last year, but not quite this good.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they had a 50-goal scorer. You know what I mean?
The jump from last season to this season for the Rangers was massive.
Yeah.
Taken back now. Rangers with it in their own zone. Trouba will regroup under 5 minutes to go in the first. TCB, what's going on? Bryce, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Moved up now. Dumped into the offensive zone behind the net, and that's going to be icing. So there'll be an O-zone draw for the Canes coming up. 4:36 to go now in the first. And it's going to be a face-off back down at the other end. Nate, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Awesome to have you.
Thanks, everyone, for dropping in, man. Appreciate you all being here. Really appreciate it.
Playing it up now. Brought up into the offensive zone. Here's Zibanejad off to Kreider. Shot there. Back the other way. Canes dump it in. They'll go in hard on the forecheck. Niederreiter leading the way. Rangers move it up the boards, but not out. Kept in here by Carolina, looking to set up in the offensive zone. John, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you in the chat. 4 minutes left now in the first period. Cleared out of here by Braun. And that is brought up now. Offensive zone. Niederreiter steals it back. Rangers look like they peeled off for a line change there. Canes come up ice. Seth Jarvis, offensive zone. Shot there, sent wide. Played around here. Out to the blue line, to the middle. Taken out high. Shot from the top of the circle. Glove down by Shesterkin.
Wow.
There was traffic on that one, and he was able to find it. And this is what I mean about Shesterkin being dialed in. He is just seeing the puck extremely well right now. And he was able to grab that one. 3:39 to go in the first.
He's not facing too many tough shots right now. He's able to see everything. He's not having to look around bodies much.
3:39 to go in the first period here. Rangers still up 1-0.
He's been able to see everything, you know what I mean? But in the playoffs, he's got a 3.66 goals against with a .910 save percentage, which is much different than what he was in the regular season. So he's been a little bit tough here in the playoffs.
Well, it was mostly those 2 games that he got pulled.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was the 2 games in Pittsburgh where he ended up getting pulled that kind of killed the numbers for him.
Slightly.
This is Steel Fallon, as it says in the pinned comment. This is Steel from Steel Flyers joining for tonight's stream. 3:31 to go here now in the first. Rangers Carolina 1-0. And Carolina looking for this tying goal before the intermission, getting down late in the first here.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't. I don't know. I don't. They need to play a little bit differently here. Carolina does.
Yeah, I think it'll come. I mean, I don't think the whole game is going to be, in the
Carolina
zone. But this has been, I'll say this has been a very good road period for the Rangers. I mean, for a lower seed team to go out on the road in game number 1 and play this well in the first and, control the game the way that the Rangers have, that's impressive from New York. And I certainly expect an answer from Carolina. Carolina is too good of a team not to have a pushback, but I've been impressed with the Rangers here in this period.
So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen here. There's going to have to be some, some adjustments made.
Taken out now, Braden Schneider back to the point, setting up now. Glove there on the bouncing shot. Ronta able to grab it. 2:47 to go in the first, and ozone draw coming up here for New York. Charlie, I don't anymore, not organized hockey anyway, but I did growing up. I started playing hockey when I was 6. And played all the way up through high school, played 12 years. And then hockey's always been my favorite sport to play and watch. And haven't played organized hockey in a while now, but I did for a long time when I was a kid.
Cool. So you played like high school hockey and everything?
Yep.
And you were a defenseman or a winger?
I played center. Well, high school I played center, but growing up I played everything except goalie. I bounced around positions, tried all different things out, but high school I ended up being a center.
Okay, cool.
Jacob, what's going on? Welcome in. Great to have you here. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. So 2:36 to go here in the first. Offensive zone faceoff again coming up now for New York. So, again, they're putting some pressure on here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think Rob Brindamore not real happy with the team right now.
There'll be some intermission adjustments for sure. This one's stolen away by Aho. Here come the Canes, 3-on-2 up ice, top of the circle. Shot there, just sent wide. Missed that one. Taken down now. In the corner, going in on the forecheck. Hedel knocks down Aho. Taken now by Keandre Miller. Rangers are going to clear it out. 2:05 left in the first. Moved up into the offensive zone. Hedel with a drop pass. Moved to the high slot. Lafreniere with it. Rips that one just wide. Cross corner. Taken and cleared out of the zone by Carolina. Moved up here. Hop, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Shots, I am not sure. ESPN doesn't keep a shot counter up full time on their scoreboard, so I won't know shots until they put it back up.
I think it's 8-4, I believe.
Played back now. Taken here. Braun up the boards, and Zibanejad's going to clear that one out to the neutral zone. Slavin knocks it down. Kane's back into the offensive end. Trying to play it around now. 1-0 lead still here for the Rangers. 1:20 left in the first period. D'Angelo back for Carolina. In his own zone, trying to start the breakout. Pressured on the forecheck. That goes off glass. Clears the zone. Rangers get it back, though, at neutral ice. Played up into the offensive end. Here's a chance now for New York. Pass in front. Shot there and a big pad save. Wow. Ronta gets tested again. That one knocked down wide. Getting back was Trocheck, and the Canes keep it out. Moved up ice now. Teravainen. He gets stood up at the blue line. Fox will take it back. Shots are 9-8. Thank you, my 2 cents.
Thank you.
Back the other way now. Rangers on the forecheck. 40 seconds to go. They've certainly had the higher quality chances in this first period.
That's for sure. That's definitely for sure.
Kane's coming in. Here's Teravainen. Cross-ice pass. Trocheck in the corner. Taken away by Trouba. Trouba up the boards. Andrew Kopp with it. Kopp will take it back and regroup now for New York. 20 seconds left in the period. He'll carry it up ice into the offensive zone. Back now Panarin. Over to the other side. Strome with a shot and a pad save by Ronta.
Man.
Moved back now. Name what's going on. Welcome in. Behind the net now. 5 seconds to go in the first period. Rangers probably going to be happy to hold it. And they just chip it out of the zone. That's going to do it. Horn sounds. First is over. So the New York Rangers take a 1-0 lead into the first intermission here as we have 20 minutes down and 40 minutes of action still to go in this one. We are going to head into the first intermission, have some time to hang out and chill while we wait for period number 2 to begin. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. It's great to have you here. So we're going to have an intermission coming up here before we start period 2. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really be awesome if you could hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you haven't yet, I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams, welcome and wanted on the channel. Just trying to grow a hockey community here where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. I'll be streaming all playoffs long. Next stream is going to be tomorrow night, doubleheader. Both games coming up tomorrow that I'll be covering tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Long night, but a fun night of hockey. And as you can see, we have a special guest on the stream here tonight. This is Steele from Steel Flyers up in on the stream here with us tonight, and his channel is linked in the description and the pinned comment at the top of the chat as well. So if you guys want to check out Steel Flyers, it would be greatly appreciated. His channel is linked there. You can also check out steelflyers.com to see the work that everybody at the Steel Flyers All Sports Network does.
Yeah, man.
And it's all combined there into one spot for you. So, Steel, awesome to have you here. And we just had quite the first period here with the Rangers leading the way.
Well, thank you very much for having me on, man. This is always an honor and a privilege to be on with the greatest of all time. That's right, folks. We call him the GOAT. I also get a chance to, during the regular season, John and I do the Off the Wall Hockey Show on Friday nights, where we talk all things hockey, which we're doing right now, talking all things hockey. And I'm here to tell you, thank you all very much for hopping on and being in the chat, hitting the thumbs up, hitting the like, and being subscribers. Really appreciate you guys doing that, because John is the man, and I'm here to tell you, I turned down everybody else and listened to this guy call games because he is the man. So thank you very much for all you do. Really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate all you folks out there checking us out and watching. And this is a great game here because New York came out and they threw the first punch.
Yep.
Right? And so Carolina needs to get their adjustments, and come back out swinging and be a little bit better disciplined. Now I think they were taking the game a little bit more to New York in the last part of the last like 7 or 8 minutes of the game. Right, they evened up the shot count and started getting a little bit more chances. Starting to get a little bit closer shots on goal instead of from way back out at the top of the circle or way back out at the point. You know what I mean? They were getting a little bit more closer to the shots for against Shesterkin. Mm-hmm. So I think if Carolina just, punches back, I think that they still got a good shot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of hockey left to be played here, and Carolina did pick it up at points. I would say early on, Rangers really controlled the first part of that period, but Carolina got their offense going. They got some chances. They ended up, shots ended up being 12-8 in favor of New York. Rangers had a really good push right in that last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Where they got, I would say 3 or 4 real good looks on Ronta, who had to make some nice saves. Shots end up 12-8. New York in that one. Obviously, they lead 1-0 on the scoreboard. But hits ended up tied 10-10. And it wasn't an overly physical first period. I think, checks were finished when they were there, but nobody was really out there running around or anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's how this series is going to be. Neither of these teams... both of these teams can play physical when they need to, if that's brought into the game, but neither of these teams really go out of their way to play that way.
Yeah.
Both can hit, no doubt about it. Both can hit, but I don't think you're going to see a lot of the after the whistle stuff in this series, because neither of these teams usually start that. They can handle it if it's brought in, but they aren't usually the ones bringing that in, and I think this is going to be a more disciplined series where checks will be finished, but nobody's going to be out there making, taking dumb penalties.
That's a great point, John, because there's not a lot of animosity. Like if this was the Rangers in Boston, or if this was the Rangers in Philly, or
Washington would be
or Washington, or even
Rangers,
Tampa.
Washington, I think you'd see more of that. But
more of the after the whistle stuff and more of the extracurricular activities, I believe would be.
But Washington likes to play that way and is usually a team that brings that into the game.
A la Tom Wilson. But but you know what I mean.
Oh, Garnet Hathaway, Nick Dowd,
okay,
they've got guys that play that way.
Okay, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So these teams here know that if they play a disciplined game, and that they can be they're better off. I mean, these are some of the best teams 5-on-5. Okay, and so that's exactly where you need it to be in the playoffs is 5-on-5. I have to say I've been very impressed with the number of penalties that have been called in the playoffs this past season. There seems to have been a lot more, or an uptick in calls in the playoffs this past season so far. As we normally say that when the playoffs come, the whistles get put in the pockets.
Yeah, that hasn't been the case.
I don't think so much this year.
No, there's been a lot of penalties in the playoffs this year.
And the power plays and the special teams are playing more of a factor into the games. And I think maybe that might be, I don't know, that might be a good thing for some teams, especially if they have good special teams.
Well, I think, the Rangers are a team that like to score a good portion of their goals on the power play. And Kreider obviously had a ridiculous number of power play goals this year. And
yes,
Carolina's penalty kill, while it was the best in the league in the regular season, didn't exactly have a great first round. The Bruins were able to score on the power play at a pretty good clip. So, I think, definitely, this game, we only had the 2 penalties, 1 for each team. They both were very early on in that first period. And then after that, it was very disciplined.
Barely even any whistles.
Yeah.
Like, barely any icings. That's just a sign of well-coached teams.
Good flow to the game, back and forth. Absolutely. Donnie, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Gabe is in as well. Thank you for watching. Bruin, welcome. Good to have you in the chat. Really, really appreciate it.
For sure, man.
Hop
Thanks
had a
everybody for coming in.
question about my opinion on the Avalanche. Well, I picked them in my
Yeah.
bracket to win the Cup, Hop. So
Yeah, me too.
I'm very high on the Avalanche.
Yeah, me
this year.
too. Yeah, me too. Yep. I'm definitely all over especially with the turnover in goal. Like they completely turned over their goaltending room, like the Carolina did,
Yep.
and it didn't really seem to matter. And I think they are a better team than what they were last
I
year.
agree.
And they've got so many weapons. God, they can just close their eyes and just act like they're skating down the ice and score.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, they're a team that I definitely think is even better than they were last year. I think that their additions to their D really make them a
oh, big
deeper
time.
team than what they were last year. Like getting Manson on that back end
Oh
really
my
helps a
gosh.
lot.
Yeah.
Obviously Bowen Byram is another year older. He
Oh,
hasn't been
he's
healthy for
another.
much of this year, but he's been back
He's
and he's in the
yeah.
mix now. They added Cogliano and Lekin into the forward group, so I think they're deeper this year. But how many of these playoff teams have we said that about? They're better this year than they were last year.
We said that about Toronto too.
We said that about Toronto. We said that about St. Louis. We said that about Minnesota. I think
Okay,
the
but
Rangers
Minnesota
significantly better this year than last year.
Okay, but do you think Minnesota if do you think that this year's Minnesota team would have beat last year's Vegas team?
Ooh. I don't know. You couldn't have both because Fleury was on Vegas last year, and then
so there you go.
You couldn't have both. Man, I don't know.
See, that's what I mean. I think that for 2 years in a row, Minnesota ran into the wrong team at the wrong time.
Oh, I think this year's St. Louis team is significantly better than last year's St. Louis.
Oh, easily.
Significantly better.
Well,
Calgary is another team way better this year than last year.
Well, gosh, man, Calgary was like they fired their coach, they fired a whole bunch of front office people, and and look what's going on now. You know what I mean?
Well,
impressed with what Calgary's been doing.
Daryl Sutter's done a very good job with that.
Oh my gosh, man! I actually picked Calgary as a dark horse, as the dark horse team to surprise, but I seriously when I look at Florida and being a huge Flyers fan, and before Giroux was even on the team, I was watching Florida games because I just thought Florida was going to be that team. They won the President's Trophy. I just thought they were going to be that team to break that curse of, hey, they were going to be the first team since Chicago did it in 2013 and win the President's Trophy and win the Cup.
Yep.
Right, but tell you what,
I think they got
Colorado,
their hands full with Tampa.
Yeah, if they make it past Tampa,
good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Patrick, what's going on? Welcome in. Sonino, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Good to have you in the chat. William, welcome in. BC, welcome in. Josh, welcome. Wow, we got a lot of people here tonight. Appreciate you guys all watching.
Yeah, man.
We got Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball here. What's going on, man? Welcome in. If you guys like basketball, be sure to check out Sal. He does great streams of college and NBA basketball. NBA
nice.
Playoffs and the conference finals right now. You guys know he's covering that. So appreciate you coming by, man. Good to have you in the chat.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Yes, Florida does not have a power play goal in the playoffs so far. They are
That's
0 for
correct.
22 now on the power play.
And what's really messed up is that their leading scorers have just kind of disappeared in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, their offense as a whole has been much
different,
less than not Carter Verhaeghe, but pretty much everybody else. It's been a lot less in the playoffs than in the regular season. I mean, this was a team that scored over 4 goals a game in the regular season and is not doing that now in the postseason. Let's see. Florida here, still 0% on the power play in the playoffs. And that's obviously not what you want to see if you're a Panthers fan. You're not going to win against a team like Tampa Bay if you can't take advantage of power play opportunities.
And if all you do is kindly hustle your butts into the penalty box.
Yeah.
Because if you constantly are in trouble and sitting in the penalty box and you're letting Tampa Bay, with one of the best power plays in the league, go out there and skate around, well, you're just asking to lose.
Yep.
I mean, come on. It ain't rocket science here, folks.
Yeah, so Florida, who scored 4.11 goals for per game in the regular season, is over a full goal less so far in the playoffs. At just 3 goals a game in the playoffs. So that high-flying offense hasn't found it in the postseason yet. And that was a concern of ours going into the playoffs, was that, you know, generally, you know, you don't just score at will. The playoffs are generally a little bit more defensive, more tight checking than the regular season is. We haven't seen that in some series. There's been a lot more scoring in these playoffs than we usually see.
But against Florida,
as we saw in the regular season, a lot more scoring. But Florida was held in check by Washington and for most of that series, and Tampa obviously held them in check in game number 1. If Florida's not able to outscore their opponents, like, that's how they won in the regular season, was they just ripped it into the net.
Well, yeah, because their goals against average was almost 3.
Yeah, no, they gave up a decent number of goals. They just completely outscored everybody, and they haven't been able to do that in the playoffs, and that puts Florida in danger.
When you're at 4.11 goals for, and you're at 2.89 goals against.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really a lot of math to figure out, hey, you got to score more than what the goals that you're letting in, and you're letting in too many goals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bobrovsky had 39 wins this year, but, man, his goals against and his save percentage is way down compared to what it should be.
Wins is a team stat, in my opinion. When I look at goaltenders, wins is a team stat. I don't really look at wins to evaluate a goalie's individual play. Save percentage is something I look at a lot more.
Shootouts. You know, how many shootouts do you have? Do you know what I mean? Those are because to me a shootout is an individual effort.
Yeah.
From a goaltender where he's gonna specifically steal that game for you.
Sam's in the chat. What is going on? Welcome in. Paul, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Luke's in the chat. Bob, other Paul, welcome. Alex, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here.
This is awesome.
I think if Florida loses both games at home, Jay, so games 1 and 2 on home ice, they drop both. They then go into Tampa Bay in a situation where they kind of need to take both games on the road.
Yeah.
Statistically, like probability-wise, I'm no mathematician. Math was not my subject in school. I don't know what the probability percentage of them going into Tampa Bay and taking both games would be, but I don't think it would be very high.
If they're 0-2 going into it?
Yeah, I think they're in a lot of trouble at that point.
I think it would be in the 0-point-something percentile.
I think they'd be in a lot of trouble if they go down 0-2.
That would be putting it mildly.
It's one thing when you're the road team and you go down 0-2, but both games are on the road and you're going back home. I mean, we saw what the Bruins did against Carolina. They went down 0-2, lost both games in Carolina. Then they got back to Boston and tied the series right back up.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know, it's that home cooking, man. Come on.
Yeah.
And if you can't win at home.
Yeah. It's a big problem when you're the higher seed and you lose games at home. Then it becomes a big, big problem.
See, that's where I think where you're getting it right there. If you're the higher seed and you lose your games at home, that's a problem. You're the higher seed. You should be winning those games at home. There shouldn't be any of this.
To go on the road and it's gonna be hard for Florida to go into Tampa Bay and try and win multiple games in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you know, even if of the games that they're gonna play in Tampa Bay, there's 3 total games.
If the series goes far enough.
If it goes far enough, there'll be 3 total games they play. But I think they have to split at least the games in Tampa Bay. in order to have a chance.
Yeah, and I think they have to win. They have to win one at home too. They can't go down 0-2 on home ice.
Oh
That'd
my
be a
gosh,
big
that's
problem for
yeah.
Florida. I think they'd probably be at the point there where they're in a desperate situation.
And we didn't like seeing them in a desperate situation last year because that just looked
It
ugly.
didn't go well.
Right.
Rangers fan, welcome back. Nathan, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Luke, Gaming Gang, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are getting ready to drop the puck on period number 2. Shots were 12-8 in favor of New York, Paul. As we're going to drop the puck here for the second period. Rangers with a 1-0 lead. Obviously, Rangers with a solid road period there to start out this game number 1, and we'll see if Carolina has some punch back in period number 2 here. I suspect that they will.
I do too. I do too.
They're a good hockey team. I suspect that they're going to have some pushback here in the second. And Ryan Lindgren back on the bench for New York. That is big for the
that is big
for the Rangers there. Ryan Lindgren is
missed
back on
like
the
that
bench.
last 10 minutes. He missed that last 10 minutes of the first period.
Yep.
Well, he wasn't on the bench.
Justo, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We are underway. Rangers are in the offensive zone. Second period has begun. Working this one around. Justin, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Moved along the sidewall now. Kane's trying to get it out. Brendan Smith takes it in his own corner. Played up. Long pass to Nichas here into the offensive zone. Kotkaniemi with it. Gets around the D behind the net. Looking to make a play in front. Not able to get possession. Stolen back by Justin Braun. Rangers will clear it out. It's Kreider to Zibanejad. And brought into the Kane zone. Poked away and cleared by Pesce. Rangers have to dump it back in. Pesce takes the puck. And Carolina's up and out now through the neutral zone. Dumped deep in there by Jesper Fast. Stahl on the forecheck. Pinching now Pesce trying to keep it in. Kane's on
First
the
time
attack.
Carolina's been behind in the first period these whole playoffs.
Taking around now. Trying to work here. Down behind the net. Played up back the other way. All the way in. That one gets gloved and covered by Antti Raanta with 18:33 to go in the second.
Still getting more work.
Yeah, Rangers here. I mean, the Rangers have been so controlled in this game.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
thank you,
Dawson with the 7. Let's go. Let's get that dono hype in the chat for Dawson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome to have you here, man. Thank you so much for watching. Doing pretty well. Enjoying some round 2 hockey here. And couldn't appreciate it more, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it.
For sure, man. It's a good way to spend your money is right here with John.
Yes. Yes, that one's cleared out now. Played back again. Worked up. Z28. My favorite is Sour Heads. There's, oh my god, I forget the name of it. There's another good one too. That it tastes like Skittles. I forget the exact name of the flavor, but it tastes like Skittles. That's really good. And this one's not bad either. The Froze Rose flavor is pretty good too. But yeah, that, man, I feel like I'm much more engaged and energetic for these streams when I get the caffeine flowing for sure. I'm definitely gonna need it tomorrow for the double header, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have that stuff IV hanging for you. There, you know what I mean?
Welcome back, Bruin. Thank you for coming back in. Warheads, is that a flavor, Mean Girl Hockey? Because I haven't had any of those. I'd have to try it. That sounds good, though. I like the sour flavors a lot. Those tend to be good.
Ooh, no thanks.
Back up there, down working it around. Kane's offensive zone. And back out cleared again by the Rangers. Canes have to regroup, and Trocheck turns it over. Back the other way. Shot in there. Lafreniere with a shot and a nice save by Raanta. And it's 14.
14 shots to 8.
14-8, yes. Another shot here for the Rangers as we got 17:03 to go, and Sveshnikov had a nice hit there on Adam Fox. Trying to work that one around.
So we're getting a commercial here, I think, first. No.
Nope, not yet. It's 30 minutes into the second here. One down.
Svechnikov had a nice finish check there on...
Yeah, he plastered Fox. That was a good
hit.
That's what you want to do. You want to get the heavy forecheck in on the D,
You
pressure the
got
D,
to.
lay the body.
You got to.
That wears defensemen out over the course of a series.
Exactly.
You get to games, 5, 6, 7, those hits take their toll.
And after a while, by the time you get to game 5, 6, and 7, you don't want to be taking those hits anymore.
Exactly. Another ozone draw here for New York. Kind of a stalemate off the draw. Brendan Smith gets it back. Moved up now. Played into the middle here over the red line. Dumped into the offensive zone. 16:40. Moved up now off the boards and cleared all the way down again by New York. Here's Brendan Smith regrouping again for Carolina. And I'm still haven't seen that sustained pressure for the Hurricanes. Like, the Rangers are playing so well defensively here.
They are. They're standing them up. They're not letting them get the transition game. They're keeping them from going through the neutral zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time they get a shot, go past the blue line, they come right back out.
Yep.
We
got another whistle here. So Rangers still holding on to this 1-0 lead. And,
precarious.
It's going to be an offensive zone face-off now for Carolina. See if they can get something going here in the attacking end.
Does it seem like it's a precarious one-goal lead? Like, it just almost feels like they're almost on the verge. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just off. Unless New York scores again. It just seems like Carolina just is gripping the stick a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're one shot away, though. I think they just got to get... they got to get that one in by. I think things are going to, they're going to have that confidence. They're going to open up a little bit once they get that one in, but they haven't gotten that first one yet. I feel like anytime you start a new series, that first goal is important to just kind of get the juices flowing, get the confidence in your game.
Exactly, which is why it's not good to start off the period with doing some penalty kill. You know what I mean?
Selecta, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Great to have you in the chat. Really appreciate it. 15:25 to go in the second period. Played up now by Frank Vetrano. Rangers into the offensive zone. Off the outside of the net there. Blockered away. Out now. Long shot from Zibanejad. He just rips that one wide. Second chance missed as well from Braden Schneider coming in.
Shoot,
taken down now. It's worked to the corner. Vetrano gets it back for the Rangers. And they're taking it now offensive zone. Thrown in there. Stop again, but Ronta with a big save. 15 shots now for the Rangers. Trying to work this one around. They keep it in the offensive zone, but pass to the middle gets stolen away. Carolina brings it up ice, and they'll dump it in deep behind Shesterkin. Forecheck pressure coming. Hartheimer, what's going on? Logan, welcome in. Great to have you in the chat. Really appreciate it.
Carolina turning it over a lot in the neutral zone.
Trying to keep it in the offensive zone here. That one through to Stahl, but it hops over his stick, taken by Kreider up ice. Rangers now into the offensive end, trying to work that one through. Played back by the Canes. Jesper Fast, offensive zone. Played around now. Taken here by Andrew Kopp, worked up through the middle. Into the offensive end, taken here by Strome. 14:05 to go in the second, behind the net. Rangers trying to get the cycle going. Trying to work it around now. Move to the middle. Good move there. Backhand shot, and Ronta makes another save. And he's going to grab that one and cover it with 13:53 to go in the second. And it is still a 1-0 game here. Rangers putting on some more pressure. But Ronta standing tall in goal. They now lead in shots 17-10. And we're going to head to our first commercial break of period number 2. And Rangers doing a good job here in the offensive zone, putting on some pressure, but Ronta's holding strong. And we'll have another ozone face-off coming up for New York when we get back. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please don't forget, hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. It helps out the channel a ton. and is greatly, greatly appreciated. Channel's growing here each and every day. Thank you guys all so much for watching.
Yeah, you're up to what, 8.4.
And we've got
so
a
yeah.
special guest on the stream here today. It is Steel from Steel Flyers. His channel is linked in the description of the video and also in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. It would be awesome if you guys could show Steel some support. We do the Off the Wall Hockey Show every Friday during the regular season. He's joining here tonight for our stream of this one. And been a good game so far between the Rangers and Hurricanes. We'll see if the Rangers can extend the lead or if Carolina has a tying goal in them. But this has been a close one from the start.
For sure. There's a lot of turnovers in the neutral zone from Carolina, and New York is standing them up and not letting them get in and get set up. And when they are getting set up, they're not getting quality shots in. I mean, they only have 10 shots on goal. So Shesterkin really hasn't been tested. Yeah, he looks like he's on his game, but he hasn't really had any tested shots. He hasn't really had to fight around bodies or anything like that, which is the other problem. You know, they haven't gotten any bodies in front. They haven't been able to do any of those kinds of things. What they're known for, you know, is getting that traffic in front so they can take those bombs from the point to get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Carolina definitely has not had their best game yet in this one. Rangers deserve a lot of credit, though, because they've done a great job of really kind of stifling Carolina offensively.
I mean, yeah.
And kind of just controlling the puck and controlling the overall way that this game has gone, and they've had a lot more chances in the offensive zone.
And it's not like Carolina's this big offensive juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Tropic Tom, note commercial breaks are the same as in the regular season. Bond, what's going on? Dennis, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Tropic Tom, thanks for being here. Moss, welcome in. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. We are back underway. And it's moved out now past too far in front of Strome. He'll go in against Slavin, but it's going to be an icing call as Slavin wins that race. 13:37 to go now here in the second period. And New York will come down now for the Hurricanes will come for an offensive zone face-off. New York just iced the puck. The stretch pass for Strome was too far in front. Yeah, they just showed a stat here on ESPN. They called it in-slot chances or in-slot shots. The Rangers have 4, Carolina has 0. So Carolina does not have a shot from the slot yet in this game. And, you know, they just haven't had
they only have 11 shots.
Working it around now. Rangers trying to get it out of their zone. 13:05 to go in the second. Xanified, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Great to have you. Canes trying to set it back up in the offensive zone, or excuse me, Rangers here. They switch sides at intermission, and I keep getting lost as to who's in the offensive zone. Rangers have it now. Big stop there by Ronta. Here's another one. Gets a pad on that. Chance in front. And more quality chances coming from New York here as they look to exchange or extend the lead to 2. And Ronta doing everything he can to keep the puck out here for Carolina, but they are spending a lot of time in their defensive zone. As that one's taken back now to the middle, played by Domi. Svechnikov now cross back to Domi into the offensive end. Keandre Miller takes the puck, knocks Domi down. Now everybody's digging for it along the sidewall.
6-2 in shots in just this period. 6-2 shots in favor of New York.
Yep. And 18-10 overall in favor of the Rangers in shots on goal. So, and that one's passed out. See, something with Carolina is just a little bit off right now. Passes aren't connecting. They're missing chances. You know, like just something's a tweak off, and it's enough to make a big difference in the game.
Especially with the way New York has been playing.
Yeah.
You know, this is not the game for Carolina to have an off night.
Up now, back to the point. Well, it's better, I think, to have it early in the series, but you got to have a response. you know,
Yeah.
you got to have a big response.
Doesn't seem like there's a response. Doesn't seem like there's a response here from Carolina.
Not yet, anyway.
No.
Canes on the forecheck. Lawrence here. Fourth line out there for Carolina. And Rangers are back out to the neutral zone. Brett Pesce steps up, though, to steal it. Zibanejad chases him down. Pesce just dumps it in. Here's Trouba in the corner. He takes a hit from Stahl, but gets the puck up the wall and out. Rangers up ice now, trying to bring it into the offensive end. Zibanejad at the blue line with Kreider. Canes come back the other way. Great step up, though, there by Trouba. Taken back now. Zibanejad has possession, and once again, the Canes can't get set up in the offensive zone. Rangers take it. They're stifling defensively right now.
They're doing exactly what Carolina would be doing to New York if Carolina was playing the Carolina game.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, they turned the tables on Carolina. They're playing the Carolina game against Carolina.
Yeah,
whoops.
Stifling defense here from the Rangers.
Exactly.
John, what's going on? Welcome in. Xanified, no, I have not. John, welcome in. Jay, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. 10:36 to go here in the second. We're close to the halfway point of this game. Rangers still lead.
And Carolina still only has 10 shots on goal.
Back up now. Yeah, we're halfway through the game, and the Canes only have, 10 shots, or now 11, so.
Oh, now 11. Okay, sorry.
They just got one last one there.
Okay.
Played up now, move to the corner. Rangers up and out. They clear that one. Max, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Good to have you in the chat. We tick past the halfway point of this one. 9:55 to go in the second period. Move to the middle. Rangers with it. Up over the red line here. Dumped in. And back to play it now is Carolina trying to work it quickly out of their own zone. Moved through here. Into the offensive end. Here comes New York on the attack. Andrew Kopp spins off a check. Looks to fire it in. That's to the glove of Ranta. And he covers that one up. 9:27 to go in the second period. We're going to go to another commercial break here. And it will be an offensive zone faceoff for New York coming up when we get back. They continue to lead 1-0 on the goal from Filipino back in the first period. And that's still been the only goal in this game. The Rangers have done a really good job to limit Carolina's offensive chances. And Ronta's had to make some big saves in goal for the Canes, keeping it 1-0. But I would say so far the Rangers have played a very, very good road game in Game 1.
I think the Rangers have turned the tide here. I think they've played a Carolina game against Carolina. They're playing sound defensively. They're not letting the opposition get past their blue line.
Yep.
They're causing a lot of turnovers in the neutral zone, which means their transition game is much faster than the opposition. They're getting better quality chances closer in to the net than, say, what Carolina's doing. Most of all of their piddly 11 shots so far have been, completely high percentage of failure type shots. You know what I mean?
They've been from far out, a lot of them.
Exactly.
They've been shot from pretty far out that are, not going to beat Igor Shesterkin when Igor Shesterkin's on his game. I just think they need... Carolina's got to get more bodies and pucks to the net. I mean, just everything, they need to funnel everything to the front as best as they can. And, rather than it's fine to shoot the puck from 30 feet out, but they need, a couple guys in front of the net to find those rebounds and not just fire it with nobody in front and just have Shesterkin grab it and send the play back the other way.
You need those Niederreiners. You need those, you know what I mean? You need those Koken and Yemis. You need those, you need those Sebastian Ahos. You need those guys to be stepping up.
Their bigger body forwards need to get to the front to the net. Get to the front of the net a lot more, absolutely.
Yeah, so they need to step up their game so that it's not dependent on everybody. You know what I mean? So it's a whole team thing. They're still only
down a goal. We're talking here like New York is dominating the game, and while they've played a very good game, it's still a one-goal game here. Carolina has plenty of time to get some pucks in the net here, but just from what we've seen so far, they haven't had a lot of chances.
No, they haven't. And they're not necessarily an offensive juggernaut team either.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they can get going here as we are back underway. Rangers out to the neutral zone. Chipped up the wall there. Here's D'Angelo. And Sveshnikov is going to take it back into the corner of his own end. Plays it up the boards. And Jarvis is into the offensive zone. Keandre Miller, what a defensive play. Comes across, knocks him down, and the Rangers take the puck. They clear it out on the other side now, up into the offensive zone. Mott, pass across, and Miller fans on the shot. He and Jarvis collide again, this time in the Carolina zone. And Miller once again gets the better of that physical confrontation, knocking Jarvis down. Rangers keep it in the offensive end. Thrown through the middle there, nobody home. Reeves plays it away from Smith in the corner.
That's definitely been the difference. You know, Carolina's getting hit by the New York Rangers, and they're the ones falling down. The Rangers aren't the ones falling down.
Yes, 8 minutes to go. That one's cleared now by Capo Caco. Up ice, trying to outmuscle Ian Cole for the puck there, but Cole is able to get it over to his D partner, and the Canes clear it back the other way as Domi will chase against Braden Schneider. Behind the net now, Rangers up the wall. James, what's going on? Welcome in. Nope, Freddie Anderson is injured and has not played in the playoffs. Antti Ranta is the goalie for Carolina. DJ, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. 7.5 now to go. 7:32 left in the second, and we're going to get a whistle here and an ozone faceoff coming up for the Rangers. As we'll get another stoppage in play.
They're not ruling him out for the series, just the first 2 games.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Anderson situation in net. But the Capitals were saying, you know, while they were still in the series against Florida, was saying that Tom Wilson was day-to-day, and then as soon as the series was over, was like, yeah, he wouldn't have been able to play at all in the playoffs, no matter how far the Capitals went. He had a major knee injury, is out until next year. So
yeah, exactly.
They lie about injuries in the playoffs quite a bit. So
well, yeah,
we don't know if Anderson's really that close to returning or not. I don't think he is. Despite what they might be saying, I don't think he's close to returning, and this is probably going to be Antti Ranta for most of the playoffs.
Okay.
Easton, hello. Bomb Boys, what's going on? Welcome in. Played back the other way now. Carolina back in on the forecheck. So they're getting it into the offensive zone, but
not sustaining it.
They're not sustaining it. That's what I want to see more of from Carolina, is that sustained pressure and some quality chances in on goal. Like here it is, Rangers right back out. Neutral zone, here it comes up ice. Into the offensive zone, New York. Shot from Vetrano there's blocked by Shea off the end wall. 6:50 to go now in the second period. Moved out and out to the neutral zone. Rangers get possession right back. I have Calgary. I picked Calgary, James, but obviously I expect it to be a very good series. Jesper Foss rips that one up and off the glass and out. Cleared there. 6.5 left to go in the second period. Over the red line. Into the offensive zone. Taken here now, moved across, can't get that one through to Mott. Deflected high off glass.
Yeah, I have Calgary selected too, over Edmonton. Yeah.
Moved back the other way. Tyler Mott now in on the forecheck for the Rangers. Throws it in, sharp angle on Ranta, but he's able to hold the post, and he's going to cover that one up. 6:05 to go in the second. And it will be an offensive zone faceoff coming up now for the Rangers as they look to extend the lead.
You're right, man. The Carolina just does not look like the same day. They just look off. I have to agree with you. They just look off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's hard to put a finger on because it's not bad. It's not like they're out here putting up a stinker, but like just not quite. Like, we've seen the Carolina Hurricanes a lot this year.
I
did a lot of their games this season. They were one of the best teams in the league all year long. And we know how good Carolina can look when they bring their A game. And they just don't have that A game right now.
Nope. This is probably like a C game.
This is like, I would say like maybe a C+, B- type game.
All right, I'll take that because New York has been playing really, really well.
New York has had a good, especially a road game. Like, When you're a road team and you want to take the crowd out of it, this is exactly the kind of game to play.
Exactly, especially that first game in the opposition building. You know what I mean?
Lafreniere just missed wide there. Deflects up and out of play. 5:37 to go, and we are going to head to, I believe it should be our final commercial break of period number
two.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't keep track of what period it is, but yeah, second period here. Last commercial break. Under 6 minutes to go. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. As you can see, we've got a special guest on the stream. It is Steel Flyers. Channel link in the pinned chat, as well as the description of the video. Please check out Steel's channel, and any support you can show him is greatly, greatly appreciated.
Thanks, everyone.
It's awesome to have him here for tonight's game. And please don't forget, guys, it does mean a lot if you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here. I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams, welcome and wanted. I'll be streaming all playoffs long. And we're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, talk hockey, and have some fun.
Exactly. Thank you very much for having me on, John. If you guys don't know, John and I do the Off the Wall Hockey Show on Friday nights during the regular season. A little hiatus during the playoffs because John is just the GOAT. That's right, folks, the greatest of all time when it comes to calling the games and streaming the games. And he's been streaming every single game for the first round of the playoffs. He's done doubleheaders and
every night. Yes.
Every night, you know what I mean? And so this is my favorite time of the year. This is like second Christmas, where you get nothing but awesome hockey every single night. And it just gets better and better. And like I said, this is my favorite time of the year. John, thank you very much for having me on. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all you folks being out there. Look at that, man. 204 watching right now, 111 thumbs up. Holy smackers. Man, John, listen. Dude, you got it going on, bro. You got it going on.
Thank you. Joseph, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that, Daniel. Appreciate that, Easton. And,
yes, thank you.
We're getting ready to get back into it here now, late in the second. Rangers still holding on to the 1-0 lead. Also, they're showing that again. Inner slot shots. 4 for the Rangers, 0 for Carolina. Again, those are those high-quality scoring chances. Carolina has not been able to get the high-quality chances in this game.
Right, and they're including the from dot to dot, from the top of the circle to the other top of the circle, from dot to dot.
Yep. Avi, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We got 5:37 to go now in the second period. It's an offensive zone face-off for New York. And it's one back defensively. Jordan Stahl and the Canes carry this one out. Pesce will dump it in. Around the wall, Braden Schneider first to it. Takes a hit from Niederreiter, but moves the puck. Kreider down in the corner now. Pesce pinches to help keep it in. Up, out, past him, though. Kreider clears. Good play again there by the Rangers. And they get it into the offensive zone now. Trying to work this one around. 5:10 to go here. Official scoring chances in this game. 12 for the Rangers, only 3 for the Hurricanes. I think that is, that's a statistical representation of what we've been talking about throughout this game.
Yeah, I would have to say that for sure.
If you want to put what we've been talking about is the Canes not really able to get those high-quality chances and the Rangers playing really good defensively, that's the statistical representation of that right there. 12 scoring chances for New York, 3 for Carolina.
New York has actually played a more of a Carolina game against Carolina.
Yeah.
And Carolina would be playing against New York, or what they should be playing against New York. So it's like New York is doing to Carolina what Carolina should be doing to New York.
Moved up now, cleared all the way down. 4:45 to go in the second, behind the net. And that's going to be an icing here against the Canes. Rangers will get another offensive zone face-off out of it. So Carolina has 13 official shots on goal. Only 3 of them have counted as scoring chances, according to the statistician. So that's what we mean by a lot of the shots coming from really far out and not really being good opportunities. Again, you want to see it in numbers. Only 3 official scoring chances there.
I mean, when you're shooting those low percentage shots, you're just not gonna do it. You know what I mean? So you need to have the higher percentage shots, which is in that slot area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Carolina only has 3 decent chances in this entire game.
That's what I
Rangers
mean.
just stifling them defensively. Carolina just iced the puck again. It will be an offensive zone faceoff for New York.
You know, so that's that. And I think that's the other thing, too, where I think pointed it out here about the faceoffs. Stahl is the best faceoff guy for Carolina, but it seems like the Rangers have been winning more of the faceoffs. And it doesn't seem to matter if they're in the defensive zone or not, or in the offensive zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've been winning more of the faceoffs.
Played up now. Panarin's going to dump that in for the Rangers. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Playing out now. Carolina clears. They'll chase it into the New York zone. Miller first there. Aho pressures him behind the net. Trying to steal the puck from Trouba now down in the corner. Aho gets it. Plays it through to Jarvis. Jarvis gets hit by Trouba, but puck is taken away by Svechnikov. Now Miller trying to steal it from him, and Trouba takes it for New York. And once again, zone time there a little bit for Carolina. No shots on goal. No real scoring chances, and the Rangers get the puck out.
Exactly. And playing down on their end, playing down on Carolina's end.
Here's Carolina back again now. Shot there, and that one's deflected up high and goes out of play. We'll get a whistle with 3:22 now to go here in the second. And it will be a face-off coming up in the Ranger zone. This is a big chance for the Canes to get some offensive zone time with the ozone draw. Moonman, what's going on? Hemlock, welcome in. Devour, welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Colin, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Colin.
Woo!
Welcome into the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, all right. Cool beans.
All right, 3:22 to go here in the second period. It will be an offensive zone faceoff for Carolina. Still looking for their first goal of the game.
And that one goal, or that one shot there was off. I think it looked like it was off of Shesterkin's side of his helmet.
Yeah, it went up and into the netting there. So Shesterkin with another save. We'll see. Niederreiter's got to come in and take the draw now after Stahl gets kicked. That's one back defensively, though, by the Rangers. They send it up. Pesce pinches to keep it in. Good pinch there from Brett Pesce. And the Rangers will try again on the breakout. This time they're able to get it out to the neutral zone. That one is cleared. Back the other way now. Cleared up by Shesterkin. Knocked down by Kreider. Kept in the offensive zone, though, here. Trying to play it around now. Down behind the net. Lindgren to Fox. Fox backhands it up the wall.
I can't believe we're this far into the game and Carolina still only has 13 shots.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see Carolina get stifled like this very often. Played up
no,
now.
You
Chris
don't.
Kreider with it for New York. 2:35 to go in the second. Into the offensive zone. Here's Mika Zibanejad. His shot's blocked by Shea. Vetrano now behind the net with 2.5 minutes to go. Lucas, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get that hype in the chat for Lucas. New
All
sub.
right.
Thank you, thank you,
Thanks,
thank you.
Lucas.
Played back the other way now, working it around. Kane's on the forecheck. Domi in there, along with Trocheck against a couple of Rangers, including Braden Schneider. And Rangers muscle the puck up the boards, and they're able to get that one out again. Cleared there. Hemlock, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get that hype in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some new sub hype as well for Hemlock. That's awesome.
Awesome sauce, man. Appreciate everybody signing up, man. Oh, he plays I love the little graphic there. That's so cool.
1:40 now to go here in the second. Played up through the neutral zone. And right back in now. Carolina. Steven Lawrence with a shot. That's blocked away to the corner. Worked out
Carolina
now,
officially at 14 shots.
Chance there. Back door just sent wide. Good chance there for Carolina. Definitely one of their best of the game. They couldn't redirect it on goal. Now Lafreniere into the middle. Stolen on the back check by the Canes. Moved out now. Cleared up through neutral ice. And it's dumped back in again by the Rangers. 1:10 to go here now in the second period. Landon, what's going on? Thank you for subscribing. Tim as well. We got another 2 new subs on the channel. Really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let's get some hype in the chat. The Rangers' goal was scored by Philip Hedl, Joseph. Moved up into the offensive end now. Carolina back on the attack. That one gets stolen away by the Rangers there. They come up ice.
Yeah. Very early in the first is when the score happened.
Yeah, it was an early goal in the first period by Philip Hedl, and that's been the only goal so far. Carolina trying to change that, but Trouba blocks the shot. And we get a whistle there. Played across now. In front, chance for Carolina. That one doesn't get through. Up now and out of the zone. And the Rangers take this through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Lazar, what's going on? Welcome in. Nice save there by Rata. Kane's trying to kick it back in the middle. It's Jordan Stahl. Final seconds of the second. What's going on? Landing. Carey, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for watching. Good to have you here.
So it just seems like Carolina plays really good in the last, 2 minutes of the period.
And we're going to get a stoppage now. End of the second period, and this is still a 1-0 game. Rangers with a stifling defensive held the Hurricanes off the board and to a very low shot total. I don't know, officially I think they're still at 14.
Yeah.
But we're going to head to our second intermission here as we are 40 minutes down and 20 minutes of action to go in this one. Carolina is still down at 14 shots in this game. And I'll tell you what, the Rangers have done a very, very good job defensively in this one. Carolina is struggling to get the offense going, and it's still a 1-0 game. The good news, however, is they're still only one shot away. All it's going to take is one deflected puck, one good odd man rush, one break, and the Hurricanes can tie this right up. So they're still only one shot away, but they really need to get some more offensive opportunities going in the third period if they're going to come back here.
Exactly. Like you said, they're just that one shot away, and you're not going to be able to win a series if you basically just have to have your goaltender standing on his head and you're playing like dirt in front of him, and you're one of the best defensive teams in the league and you're still playing like dirt in front of him. You can't expect him to hang him out to dry like that and expect him to do anything successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? You guys got to be a little bit more supportive and play a little bit more in front of your goaltender.
100%.
100%. They're allowing New York to dictate play where Carolina has been most successful when they dictate the play. It's one of those things where you can't. You got to make the adjustment, because if you don't, you're going to just let this game lose away, because Carolina's not that offensive juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they're not going to be hanging a 7 on you.
More often than not, yes. No, they're not. Carolina for the most part was more of one of those defensive teams throughout the year that
2-3
wanted to win the 3-2, 4-2 type of game for sure.
Yeah, if they scored more than 3 goals, boy, that was a serious offensive night. You know what I mean? And so and I think New York is more of a offensive team, more so, and they're just playing. I think they're playing more of the Carolina type game against Carolina.
This has certainly been Carolina-like defense in this game.
That's what I mean.
Sure.
Yeah, they're playing like Carolina would play. That's how Carolina tried to play in the first round. They were very stifling defense.
Carolina had the lowest goals against in the regular season.
That's what I mean. And so, and now they're playing up against New York, and New York is not exactly, the offensive, they're not exactly an offensive mastermind team either, but they're pretty, all things considered, they got some pretty good offensive talent on their team. Hello, a 50-goal scorer in Kreider.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's funny, in the regular season, neither of these teams. Actually, Carolina had a pretty good goals for. The Rangers really didn't light it up offensively. They were more of a middle of the road team offensively in the regular season.
Yeah.
But I have the stats all here from when I did my preview videos. So Carolina scored 3.38 goals for per game in the regular season, which was 9th in the NHL. Rangers were mid-pack, 3.05 goals for per game, which was 16th, which is dead middle of the 32 teams in the NHL. But they both excelled defensively. Carolina had the best defense at 2.44 goals against per game. The New York Rangers were second best in goals against at 2.49. So I'm not surprised that we're seeing a low-scoring game here, and I think that we're going to have a low-scoring series overall. What's interesting, though, is that the Rangers' first-round series was not like their regular season was. That series against the Penguins was a lot more high-scoring than what Rangers games normally were in the regular season. It seems like now we're kind of getting back to those lower-scoring games here in Game 1 of this series.
Yeah, like Pittsburgh definitely was a different situation for New York, where they had scored a lot more goals against it. That's when we even talked about that too, because Shesterkin looked very shaky, especially in the first two games, and then in Game 6 was not really good either, and was pulled, and his goals against average in the first round was really poor. But he has looked like the Shesterkin that we've seen in the regular season is what he looks like tonight. Now, I don't think he's faced anything serious yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're telling you that Carolina has no shots from the slot area, then anything Shesterkin's had to face tonight has been pretty much easy. He hasn't had to look around bodies. Hasn't had to worry about people standing in front. He hasn't had to worry about that either. You know what I'm saying? He's been able to see most of all the shots.
Yeah, the high-quality chances for Carolina are non-existent in this game. I mean, you saw it on the TV broadcast when they put up the scoring chances numbers. Carolina only had 3 official scoring chances in this game.
I know.
You're not going to score a lot of goals when you only get 3 legitimate good looks in the game. So
exactly. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. So for sure, I mean, the Rangers have just done a great job of keeping Carolina out of the dangerous area of the ice.
That's the other thing, too, where there's a lot of turnovers, where Carolina's committing a lot of turnovers, especially like in the neutral zone. And that's where New York is standing them up. You know what I mean? And so that's why you don't see any sustained pressure from Carolina, because they're not able to maintain possession of the puck through the neutral zone. I mean, I don't know. That's just my observations.
And they're not getting rushes through the neutral zone. They're not getting any odd man breaks. They're not getting a lot of sustained, possession into the offensive zone. Like, they're dumping it in, and the Rangers are dumping it right back out.
Yeah, they're winning the battles to the puck.
Yep. 100%.
And I'm sorry, if you're gonna play the dump and chase game, you better be the one winning. You
gotta win the board battles. I mean, if you're gonna play dump and chase, then you gotta get in there
and win it.
You gotta get in there, lay the body on the forecheck, and get the puck back. And they're not doing that. They're dumping it in. The Rangers are taking possession and clearing it right back out. And that's been this entire game so far.
Are you sure they're not playing the Flyers? Because that sure sounds like what they do, man. They dump the puck in and don't have the skill or talent to beat you to the puck. So the opposition beats them to the puck and skates it right back out. So that's what's going on right now with Carolina. And Carolina is a much better team. Come on.
Oh, I mean, we've seen Carolina play a lot better for sure. But I'll tell you, I've been impressed with the Rangers through 2 periods.
Me too.
Very impressed with the Rangers and their ability to play this well on the road.
That's the other thing too. Especially we saw that when they played against Pittsburgh. Where even though it wasn't their best series, they still were able to beat Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they were able to win those games on the road. And that's a key factor, especially in the playoffs. You need to be able to win those games at home, on the road, because you might not get all those other games. You might only play 4 games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, for them to For them to win Game 6 the way that they did was vitally important for the Rangers, and that was their first road win of the playoffs, and now they're able to come in here in Carolina, which Carolina did not lose a game at home in the first round. In the first round, they did not lose a game at home against Boston, and now all of a sudden the Rangers are going into the third period with a 1-0 lead, trying to give Carolina that first home loss, and they've had an impressive showing here in this first game, and Carolina is they're gonna have to find a way to get that they're going to have to find a way to get those higher quality chances, because you're not going to beat Shesterkin shooting the puck from 30 feet out with no traffic in front.
I mean, I could stop those pucks.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not exactly 6 foot tall, but I'm relatively wide. I'm way wider than most of the goalies that are out there right now.
Yeah. 100% sports fanatic. Welcome in, and you are 100% right. We said that when the goal was scored back in the first, that was what Boston couldn't do. Boston was able to come out and play well early in the games in Carolina. They never found the back of the net, and then Carolina would eventually get their game going, score, and take the game over.
Yeah.
The Rangers were able to get a puck in the back of the net.
And that's been the difference.
And that's been a huge difference. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, that was a great point. You know what I mean? That's exactly been the difference, because they were able to finally get that puck in the back of the net this time, where they weren't able to do that in their first series. And Carolina has not been able to have an answer.
Yep.
And that's the other thing, too, where I think that the defense of New York is outplaying that of Carolina.
Oh, in this game? Yeah.
Yeah, in this game. So you think maybe... Look, I have Carolina slated to play, with Florida in the conference final.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I have Florida.
Yeah, that's what my bracket says, but I'm not necessarily convinced that's what's going to happen.
Okay, right. Okay, yeah, that's what the bracket says. All right, that's a good way to put it. So in my bracket, Yeah.
My bracket isn't always right.
Definitely. Yeah, well, hey, look, we both did 7-1 in the first round.
Yeah, I think most people's brackets were good after the first round, though.
Yeah, a couple.
A lot of those series went the way that they were expecting. So.
Okay, I mean, I thought this was gonna be, instead of hoisting the golf club bag, I thought they were gonna be hoisting a different thing. But I mean, they didn't, so it is what it is. And I was really surprised to see the complete turnaround of Calgary. And from a team that, wasn't even close to sniffing the playoffs last year, to look at what they're doing this year now, you know what I mean? So looking forward to that series.
Significantly improved Calgary team this year.
Yeah, looking forward to that series, the Battle of Alberta, man.
That's going to be incredible. Mini Stick, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Awesome to have you in the chat.
We'll see if they make the adjustments.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was expecting more from Carolina. And I thought we were going to see a different game in the second than we saw in the first, but the second went very similar to how the first period went.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, man, I got to tell you, thank you guys so very much. Your comments are making my day. And I love coming in here watching the streams here, John, because you have such great followers, such great subscribers, such great people that watch your streams, man, because they're so knowledgeable and they're just such great people. So thank you guys very much. If you aren't following John, you should be, because he is the GOAT. He's the main man, pots and pans. And so just want to say thanks to everybody. So appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. Yo, Brian, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Great to see you in the chat, as always. Thanks for coming by.
Greetings.
We're the second intermission here, getting ready for the third, and the Rangers have a 1-0 lead. Trying to hold on here in the final 20 minutes. Kane's obviously looking to tie this one up. And it's awesome to see all of you guys in the chat tonight as we got another great hockey game in these playoffs going on. Tomorrow, do not forget, I'll be doing a doubleheader tomorrow night. It will be both games, Tampa Bay versus Florida, game number 2, as well as the game 2 between St. Louis and Colorado as well.
Oh. Man, I'll tell you what, that was good.
Fun night for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to check that out. I love having you on the stream and listening to you call the games because let's face it, I'd much rather listen to you than anybody else. So, with the exception of one particular guy who, Jimmy is the guy, so you can't discount Jimmy. So, but other than that, man, John, listen, you're the guy, man. If you guys aren't listening to John call these games, he's the stream you should be checking out. He's one of the best guys on YouTube. I can't believe, John, when I first met you, a little over 2 years ago, you were barely at 4,000 subscribers, right? Well, look at you now, brother, flying at almost 8.5. Oh my gosh. Man, oh man.
Getting close. These playoffs have been wild so far for the channel.
Right?
Getting close.
Cool. Well, thank you all very much.
Dean,
the Sharks.
Welcome. Good to have you here. Really appreciate it.
You interviewed the Sharks GM recently. No. But I wouldn't mind giving it a shot as a GM. I mean, what? Why not, right? Wouldn't you like to be a GM, John?
Yeah. I don't know many hockey fans that wouldn't like to take a crack at that for sure.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, the first thing I would do for my team is fire everybody.
I feel you on that for sure. I feel you on that. If I was a Flyers fan, I would be.
You'd be firing everybody too.
I'd be very angry if I was a Flyers fan. If I took that team over, there'd be a lot of people looking for new jobs with that organization.
I wouldn't be doing it angrily. I would be laughing the whole time and be like, "I'm sorry, but you gotta go." Okay, I'm sorry. That would be bad.
Hey, DJ, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat here for DJ. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a very close series, Brian. I mean, game 1 went to OT between the Avs and Blues. I expect that to be a very, very close series.
I think that's going to be akin to this series, where I think that's going to be just as close. Because I think St. Louis is going to be able to match them physically. You know what I mean? They surely did in that first game. They matched Colorado physically, hit for hit, bang for bang. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
That was a fun game there.
It was.
And I'll be covering game 2 of that series tomorrow night as part of the doubleheader. So
yeah, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, both St. Louis with 39 hits in that game, Colorado with 47. That was a physical matchup. The shots on goal though, crazy there.
Holy smokes, Binnington with 50. Well, they had 51 registered shots on goal that he faced, but I think there was like a total of 100.
Avalanche had 54 shots, Blues had 25.
No, but I mean, like, there were actually shots that didn't get through.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is that I think the amount of attempts was like 100 and some for Colorado.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, for them to get 54 actually on, definitely. Anyway, we're gonna be starting the third here, getting ready to go. 1-0 lead here, coming back to the action. It is going to be a big final 20 minutes between these two teams as the Carolina Hurricanes look for the tying goal and the New York Rangers look to steal game 1 on the road. Let's get back into the action here. Thank you guys. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Lucas, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some sub hype for Lucas.
Hey, thank you, Lucas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. Let's get going in the chat here. We are under... Nope, never mind. They're going to reset and try the drop again. The wingers were encroaching on the face-off.
Oh, we can't be having encroaching.
Lawrence is going at it here with Mott right off the draw. They exchange some sticks there, but it's dumped in by Carolina. Third is underway. They're looking for the tying goal. Trying to work this one around. Down low, taken now by Braun. Rooney up the wall. Chipped out of the zone. Ryan Reeves up to Mott. Rangers clear it out. Up ice now, dumped into the offensive end. Played behind the net. First to it, Kevin Rooney trying to get the cycle game going. Saul, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have you in the chat. Played back now, up ice, and stolen now by Zibanejad. He fires one in just wide. Another good chance for New York early on. Moved up now through the neutral zone into the offensive end. There's only been one penalty to each team, John. There's been almost no penalties called in this game. Saul, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Let's get some hype in the chat. Welcome. Great to have you here. 1 minute into the third, and it's going to be offsides against Carolina here. Face-off coming out to the neutral zone.
I was just going to say, very few whistles, too.
Yeah, it's been one of those flowy games for sure.
I mean, like, it's, yeah, like, we're already in the third period, you know what I mean? But, yeah, pretty good start. Now, I haven't seen, it doesn't look like, I mean, we're only the first minute in, but it doesn't look like I'm seeing any of the adjustments that we were talking about.
Oh, here's Carolina in front now, trying to get that puck into the middle, bouncing around. Trouba takes it back for New York, and he's going to clear that one all the way down. That's going to be icing, though, against the Rangers. It will be an offensive zone face-off coming up for Carolina. And they've struggled to get shots in on goal in this game.
That's for sure. And they've been taking those very low percentage shots, too.
Hey, Jen, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it.
Oh, man, that's tough, man.
Taken back now. Niederreiter wins the draw to Pesci. Kane's with it, right off the draw. Shot gets deflected to the corner. Played up the boards and out of the zone. Here comes New York. And back to get it in their own end. Carolina plays it on the regroup. Good pressure coming, though, from Vetrano. Zibanejad in there as well. Moved back the other way. Dumped in behind. Played by Shesterkin to the corner. Sends it up D to D. Rangers up the boards. Trying to get it out of the zone. Teravainen keeps it in. Played over now to Slavin. Slavin dumps it behind the net. Trying to get on the pressure is Aho now. Rangers trying to get it out of their zone. Knocked down here along the sidewall. Carolina keeps it in. Aho with the puck. Throws it across. Chance there. And a big stop in front as that one doesn't go.
Oh, boy.
Chance now. Jarvis still with it. Carolina offensive zone. Back out high. Played behind the net for Trouba. 17:45 to go in the third. Rangers clear it up ice. And back to get it now. Played over. Into the offensive zone. Here's Teravainen. Trying to drive it in. Jarvis. That one gets grabbed and covered by Shesterkin as he makes another save.
That's two big saves now for Shesterkin.
Yep. He's on point. And 17:30 to go here in the third. Will be another offensive zone faceoff coming up here for Carolina. But Shesterkin with a couple of big saves early in this third, and that keeps the Rangers in the lead. Michael, what's going on? Welcome in.
I'll say two really good chances, 3 shots on goal there, and Shesterkin was definitely on point. They were actually good quality shots where they were, in the area. You know what I mean? Teravainen's shot was going for 5-hole, and Shesterkin made a great save on that.
Another save there. Shesterkin on the shot from out at the top of the circles. Another chance here for the Hurricanes. Had some bodies in front as well, but Shesterkin's able to find it and grab it. And it's going to be another offensive zone faceoff. This is what we wanted to see from Carolina. The push here is coming early in the third. starting to get some shots through, starting to get some chances in front. I mean, this is what we were waiting Carolina to get going, and it looks like they are here early in the third.
And we're starting to get a little of the chippiness too.
Trying to work
right? Carolina's starting to go, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, get some pressure in front.
For sure.
Kept in by Brady Shea. Working around now. Here comes Sveshnikov down in the corner. Played around here. 17 minutes to go in the third period. Long shot. That one misses wide. Canes keep it in the offensive zone. We're saying that a lot more here in the third as well. Canes keep it in the offensive zone. Rangers aren't just clearing like they were earlier in the game.
Exactly. Pinching better. Pesci's pinching more and better. You're starting to see Nietzsche's up in the play too, more too, and Niederreiter getting a little bit better chances.
Taken behind the net now. Here's Sveshnikov. Trying to play it out high. High slot. Nietzsche's with a shot. Big save there. Shesterkin. And the Rangers finally clear it all the way down on the rebound chance. Canes go back to get it. Both teams get line changes.
This is a game we were expecting to see in the beginning.
Stolen here now by New York. Here's Filipino, the goal scorer. Down low behind the net. Worked out now. Carolina takes it. And they're going to try and break it out of their zone here. 16-10 to go, up to D'Angelo into the offensive end. Tony D'Angelo leads the rush. Thrown through the middle. That one nobody able to get a piece on. And it clears itself out 4 minutes into the third. Work down now. What's going on, Avatar? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it.
Greetings and thank you. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody hopping in here. Carolina sustained pressure here now for the last minute or so.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of getting some chances in front. Shesterkin makes another pad save there, and the Rangers throw it all the way down the ice.
Seems like the adjustments were finally made.
Yep, 15.5 left here in the third. Carolina finally getting the pressure going. This has been a
much different period.
Yeah, this has been what we're expecting Carolina to get to at some point.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
From the beginning, you know what I mean?
Shot in again, and another pad save by Shesterkin. 15 minutes to go. Rangers feel like they're kind of just holding on here. I don't think they're going to be able to hold on for 15 minutes.
I don't think so either.
Their game going again as that's played through the middle, deflected to the end boards. Canes get back defensively, and they're going to clear it right back the other way. Sackboy, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Chance in front again. That one just ripped wide.
Oh.
What a chance for Teravainen, but he couldn't keep it on goal.
Second time
with it now to Teravainen through the middle, trying to find Jarvis. And Slavin's going to pinch. Trying to keep it in. Miller can't get it past him. Good job there. Working it back out now. Taken in the middle of the ice by Panarin. He's going to curl back, and we're going to get line changes from both teams.
Wow.
14-15 to go here in the third.
Whew. Carolina, much different team this period, boy. I'll tell you what.
Behind the net now. Ronta sends it up. Rooney keeps it in. Good job standing along the wall there to knock down the clearing attempt. It's behind the net. Kotkaniemi's going to pass it off for Slavin. Slavin from the corner. Long pass out of the zone up to Domi. Moved up now into the offensive end. Moved to the middle. Chance here. High slot. That one goes off glass. And it's cleared out now again.
Slavin nominated for the Lady Byng Award again.
Not surprised. Brad, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. Awesome to have you here. We got 13.5 minutes to go here in the third. Carolina looking for the tying goal. They're out shooting. There are shot attempts for Carolina. 15-1 here in the third period.
And we're only at 13 minutes.
So talk about Carolina with a big push here in the third. This is what we were waiting for.
Exactly. Thought we were going to see this in the beginning of the game, but that's what happens when you open up with penalties. You know what I mean?
Taken back now. 13 minutes to go here in the third period. Canes take it behind their net. They're going to try and start the breakout here. John, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Moved up ice over the red line, dumped into the offensive zone. Trying to work this one around. Chip to the middle, brought out now by New York. Back the other way. Into the offensive end, they'll dump it deep. Hito will lead the forecheck into the corner. Getting back now, Carolina, they're going to clear it out again. And the Rangers have to chase.
Good flow on this game. Very few whistles.
Yeah, not a lot of whistles here in the third at all. Working it up
A lot
now.
of back and forth.
Panarin back to get it. 12:15 left. He plays it through the neutral zone. Genre, what's going on? Welcome in. Hey, good luck with that, AJ, man. Hope it goes well. As that's cleared back out to the neutral zone now. Knocked down over the red line. Played here up into the offensive end by Jarvis. Carolina going back on the attack. Getting some good forechecking pressure going now here. Jarvis to Aho. Trying to work it back now. Move to the middle. That goes off a skate. And that one's cleared out now again by New York. What's going on, Andrew? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. 11:40 left in the third period. Carolina will regroup back in their own zone. Brought back the other way now. Down behind the net. Moved in front. Rangers there to steal it. Can't get it out of the zone, though. Carolina keeps it in. And finally, on the second chance, Rangers chip it out. Mott against Slavin, pushing it deep into the offensive zone. Carson, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Moved up now into the offensive zone. Played into the middle here, behind the net. Looking to work it back out in front. Shesterkin stops that with the stick. Rangers take the puck. They go off glass and out, but it's going to be icing. And we'll get a whistle here with a 10:55 to go in the third period. Icing call against New York.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, Shesterkin getting a lot more work this period ain't.
Oh, yeah. He's getting a lot of pressure in, but making all the saves so far.
10:55
to go in the third. Rangers still with the 1-0 lead.
For sure, man. I'll tell you what. I agree. I believe it was John who said it looks like the Rangers are trying to kill a 20-minute penalty kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is exactly what we were expecting to see for Carolina coming out of the beginning of the game. But you know, when you have those penalties and you have to start on the penalty kill right away, even though you know what I mean, that throws you off, you know.
Yeah, Canes got their game going now, that's for sure. 10.5 to go. They carry that one. Big hit there at the blue line. Kreider gets knocked down. That's sent back in, though, here by the Rangers, trying to get something going offensively on their part. Lost Key, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Julius, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Back out now. Carolina keeping it in the attacking zone. Niederreiter sends it deep. Down behind the net. Back out now.
No.
Taken here. Played in the corner by Stahl. Back to the point. D'Angelo. Spins off the checker, then loses the puck. It's cleared back to the neutral zone. We tick past the halfway point here of the third period. 9:45 to go in the third. Still a 1-0 game. Over the red line, dumped into the offensive end. NSKR, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Welcome in. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, how could you not enjoy the stream, man? John is the best on the market, man. Come on now.
Worked up now out of the zone. Chipped to the neutral zone. 9:20 to go in the third. Dumped up into the offensive end and up and out of play. We'll get a whistle. And that should be a commercial break, I believe.
Yeah, because we haven't had one.
We haven't had one yet. There's been so much nonstop action that we haven't had one. But we're going to get our first commercial break now of the third period. Rangers still up by 1 here as we're past the halfway point. Less than 10 minutes to go in the final period. Really, really appreciate all of you guys watching. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget, it means a lot if you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. If you, I'll be, I'll be covering the entire NHL on this channel, all playoffs long, all different series, all different streams. Really appreciate you guys being here. It really means a lot and helps out the channel a ton. If you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. Just trying to grow a hockey community here where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Really, really, really appreciate you guys all watching. And we're going to have quite the ending to this game coming up, I believe. 1-0 game, still less than 10 minutes to go. And we'll see if Carolina can get the tying goal or if the Rangers can hang on here. But As you can see, we got a special guest on the stream. It is Steel, and we do the weekly show during the regular season, the Off the Wall Hockey Show. And Steele's on for the stream tonight, special guest on the channel, and really good to have him here. Great to talk some hockey, and if you guys can check his channel out as well, the link is in the description and the pinned comment at the top of the chat.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the great comments from everybody out there. It's great to do shows with John because John is just such a great, talented guy. And boy, I tell you what, man, we don't call him the GOAT at Steel Flyers All Sports Network for nothing. That means he's the greatest of all time. And no, he does not pay me to say that. But let me just say this. If you're not following John, because, man, I turn off all the other commentators and listen to this man right here. Because he is the one that's going to get you through. He's going to call the game fairly. He doesn't, even though, he might be a Boston fan, but we cover the whole NHL, John and I do, especially on Friday nights during the regular season on the Off the Wall Hockey Show. You got to check that out, man, because we cover the entire NHL.
Yep. Got
great segments, talk about everything for 2 great hours. It's better than anything that any network has got out there. I'd much rather watch that than anybody else. And I would also much rather watch John call on any of these games than anybody else, too. So there you go.
That one right up back underway here. 9:04 to go in the third. Flips up into the Rangers bench. It's going to be an offensive zone faceoff coming up for Carolina. For sure. Yeah, I mean, Carson, the Rangers have been back on their heels in this third, much more than they have at any other point in this game. No doubt about it. But Carolina's pushing hard here. We'll see if the Rangers can hold strong or if the Canes have that tying goal in them. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off now here for the Hurricanes. They've also almost evened up shots on goal. It's 23-21 now.
Yeah, just like that. Didn't take long, did it?
Hey, a good half a period, and that's what you got.
I mean, and man, this has just been exactly what we've been talking about. This is exactly what we thought Carolina was going to do. I'm feeling the goal coming soon.
Trying to work it out now. Rangers up and out of their zone. They clear again. Barry, what's going on? Great to see you in the chat. Really, really appreciate you being here. Awesome to have you. Moved up now through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Deflected away here. Lafreniere up ice. Has Capo Caco with him into the middle. Here's a chance for the Rangers. And he can't tuck it in. A big save there by Antti Raanta. And it stays a 1-goal game. 8.5 now to go in the third. Canes back the other way. That pass attempt is blocked, and the Rangers will try and get it out. They cannot clear. Kept in again by Carolina, working it down low.
That's their only shot and best shot this period so far.
Moved back now. 8:15 left. Third period. Brady Shea regrouping for the Hurricanes. He's going to start the breakout here. Working it up now over the red line. Dumped into the offensive zone. Carolina goes back on the forecheck. Working it along the wall now. Braden Schneider first to it for New York. He's just going to chip it up the boards. To the blue line, not out. Strome with a chance. Still can't get it out. Shea gets knocked down. Rangers try a third time. This time they do clear. Strome to the red line. He goes for the dump. Gets knocked down at the blue line. Trying to work this one now. And back the other way. Taken. Rangers are going to be offsides as Andrew Kopp brings that back into the offensive zone. 7:34 to go here in the third. And we're going to go to another commercial break here. Andrew, thank you so much for the 279. Let's get that hype in the chat. Dono hype for Andrew. Thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. Albert, welcome into the stream. Thank you for watching. Awesome to have you here. Glad that you're enjoying, and thank you for stopping by the stream. JS, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat as well. Welcome in. Awesome to have you here.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. Dude, we got almost 300 people watching this one, right?
Yep.
Right? We got 156 likes. Yeah, you guys got to hit that Mash that thumbs up button for sure. Tell your friends. Tell everybody to come check out John. He's not doing the doubleheader tonight, unfortunately, but tomorrow you got to be checking him out. He'll be doing both games tomorrow, and for the rest of the second round. John does all the games for the playoffs, man. He calls them all, and he's one of the best in the business. So if you're not checking out John, you got to be checking him out.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Who else is here? Terry came by the stream. What's going on, Terry?
Yeah,
Welcome in. Good to have you in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. Awesome to have you here. Yeah, John, absolutely. Rangers have pushed back here. They've started to even the play back out a little bit, which is good to see. But we're going to see what happens here in the rest of this third. Yes, doubleheader coming tomorrow, Joey. Doubleheader. I'll be doing both games tomorrow night. Third period of this one is going to be fun, though. We'll see if the Rangers can hang on. I don't know if one goal is going to do it, but Carolina is looking for that tying marker, and Rangers are trying to hold on. A second goal for the Rangers, I think, would be absolutely huge to get that little bit of breathing room.
I think a second goal from the Rangers would definitely put an end to the quote-unquote comeback. Mm-hmm. But, man, I have to tell you, I'm feeling like there's a Carolina goal coming here sooner rather than later. And once I think that first goal happens, yep. I think it's going to be not a good thing for New York. And that means that they've figured out Shesterkin. So, and it's starting to get a little chippier. The game is getting a little bit more physical and feisty.
Back the other way. Oh, breakaway chance here for Carolina. And that one's off the crossbar and out. What a chance for Niederreiter. And that looked close, but they're saying crossbar and out. So a golden opportunity there for the Hurricanes. Man. And they just miss it there. Niederreiter on the breakaway went high, but put it off the bar. And they couldn't get that one home. What's going on,
really?
Michael? Welcome in. Shady Side, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. They haven't blown.
They haven't stopped yet.
They haven't stopped
they
play
have to
yet,
look at
so
that.
That makes me think that it did hit the bar, because normally they get a look at the replay, and if it does go in, they'll blow the horn and stop the play if it is a goal, and they haven't done that yet. So that makes me think that the original call is right, and that went straight off the bar. Wow. What an opportunity there for the Canes, and they just missed on converting.
And then just another one there for New York. Oh, my gosh, had a wide open net and completely missed it.
Yeah. Back the other way now. Carolina with it in their own zone.
Yeah, I guess not. They're not calling it.
Dumped in. Rangers back in on the forecheck. 6:05 to go in the third here. Trying to work this one up. Eric, what's going on? Welcome in. Final 6 minutes of the third period. Up ice now into the offensive zone. Here comes Carolina looking for the tying goal. Shot from Svechnikov. That just misses wide. Carolina chasing back now. D'Angelo in his own end. Goes D to D. Slavin in the corner. Spins away from the forecheck. Rangers are getting a line change.
A lot more time now spent down in the New York Rangers end from Carolina's perspective this period.
Taking it around now, up the wall it goes. 5.5 to go in the third. Canes still need a tying goal. Rangers holding on to that one-goal lead. It's Jacob Trouba up the boards. Chipped here by Tyler Mott. Not out of the zone. Jarvis keeps it in.
Good way to put that. Hanging on.
Yeah, 100%, Brian. If that was in, they would have blown the play dead. They would have seen the replay and blown the play dead. And called it a goal. So the fact that it's gone this long without them doing that absolutely went off the crossbar.
Exactly. How about that, Shady Side? Yeah, buddy. You can come right here and listen to the best call on the planet right here.
Mike, going pretty well. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. Moved out now. Up ice. Back to the neutral zone. Canes trying to regain possession. Down to 4:35 to go in the third. I would say it's crunch time now. I would absolutely say it's crunch time now for the Carolina Hurricanes. They've got to find a way to score a goal in the next 4.5 minutes.
Do you think we're going to see the goaltender being pulled sooner rather than later?
Only down by one. The 2-minute mark is my go-to personally. That's what I look for. We've seen some coaches do it a lot earlier throughout these playoffs and really throughout this season. We've seen some coaches start to do it a lot earlier. I wouldn't do it before 3 minutes. I think that's too early to do it only down by 1 goal. I think if you're down by multiple, you can maybe play with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just showed a replay here. They just showed a replay here, and that was like clean crossbar and out for Niederreiter there.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, but, so close. Yeah.
I would look for the goalie to come up with about 2 minutes to go in this period. If Carolina is still down a goal, I think you'll see the empty net there.
Okay. Yeah,
Mike,
I'm rewatching.
Panthers and Lightning is 1-0 Lightning, and that series game 2 is tomorrow night.
Yeah. Rewatching the replay on that, and that was definitely the top of the crossbar. And so, John, and that's true, and you're right. Every goal is looked at from Toronto, especially in the playoffs.
Yep.
And if it was a goal, if it was and it had gone in, they would have communicated down, and they would have stopped play.
Yeah, they blow the horn, or they play the siren if it is a goal, and then the referees go over, look at it, call it a goal, and they put the clock back to what it would have been when that goal was scored. So usually they're pretty quick on that and get it within like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
They get a good look at the replay and can blow it dead. So when you have play continue for, a minute plus without that happening, then you got to assume that the call on the ice was correct and it wasn't a goal. And as the replay showed, it was straight off the crossbar and out. So very good opportunity there for the Hurricanes, but they just were a couple inches off.
Whew. Actually, less than a couple inches, like a few millimeters, right? Because the puck is only,
Yeah, well, crossbar is pretty big around like that. So.
No, I get it, but I mean, from where it hit the crossbar.
Yeah, I think that shot needed to be probably an inch or two lower to go in.
Yeah.
I think if it was an inch lower, it might have gone bar down. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably an inch lower. That's bar down looking at it here. Another look at the replay as we come back. Yeah,
right.
That was actually pretty close to going bar down because when that puck came off the crossbar, it went down and out. So
it did. That's what I mean.
I would say an inch lower, and that's probably in the net.
I agree. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. It was just a millimeter off.
Back from the commercial break here. 4:07 to go in the third. Rangers win the offensive zone faceoff. Sent out high here. That one blasted off glass. Carolina trying to clear. Rangers heavy in on the forecheck. The more time the Rangers spend at this end of the ice, the better trying to hold this lead. Carolina can't score from their own zone. So,
no, they can't.
At least not with a goalie in the net, presumably.
And yeah.
We've seen crazy things, but most of those kinds of goals came back back in like the 80s and 70s when goalies would miss shot from the other end of the ice.
Yeah,
but a lot of those were like billiard shots off the glass and stuff that would bounce in. You don't really see that much anymore.
No, you don't.
You don't see that very often anymore. It was a lot more common back in the 70s and 80s for those kinds of shots to go in.
I mean, even in the 90s too, where you would see goalies purposefully banking shots off the sideboards.
Yeah. Deflected in now. Rangers right back into the offensive end. Panarin curls away with the puck back to the point. Long shot there. Pad save Ronta. Under 3 minutes now to go in the third. It is crunch time.
There we go.
Trying to go up now. Here's Sebastian Aho on a break. He fires one in that one. Just misses high off glass. Carolina putting on the pressure now. That hit the outside of the post, so went off glass. Another great chance for Carolina, but they can't put it home. 2.5 now to go in the third. Rangers trying to get a big Game 1 win here. Kane sent it back to the offensive end. Move to the middle. Here's a chance. Pass through in front. Aho scores! Oh! Sebastian Aho on the doorstep. Ties the game for Carolina, and it's 1-1 with 2:23 to go.
Oh, what a great play. Sebastian Aho, just what we were talking about, needed to step up. Great pass. Oh, man, what a great pass.
Awesome net drive there. Great play in the offensive zone here for Carolina. Beautiful pass into Aho. Shesterkin makes a big save on his first backhand attempt. gets the pad on it, but he follows up his own rebound, puts it home, and Carolina has tied it at 1. And with all the chances here for Carolina in the third, you kind of felt this goal coming.
Yep, felt it coming. Great pass from Jarvis from the wing going through. A nice little saucer pass there. And you're right, man. Had that initial pad save and then came back through with the follow through to get it up over the pad to get it back in for getting his own rebound.
Has Seth Jarvis been?
Yeah.
Talk about a kid who's gotten better and better and better as this season has gone along.
Yeah.
I mean, he's looking like he's going to be an incredible pick where they got him.
Yeah. You think so?
A couple years ago in the draft. Jarvis has gotten better and better and better as this year's gone along, and he's playing some incredible hockey now in the playoffs. And to think that, you know, he's still so young. Think of where he can go from here on a team that has a lot of other good young players as well.
I mean, the fact that they went out and got Kotkaniemi.
Yep.
And then signed him to a long-term deal. And you know, look, a lot of people were like, what? Domi on the team? But, you know, he's young.
Yep.
Right? And he needs coaching, and I think this is a good chance for him, too.
Absolutely. You know, he's playing more of a depth role, but he's really, I think, starting to get his focusing on a more defensive game.
Yeah.
Seth Jarvis went 13th overall in 2020. And, I mean, there were a lot of great players taken in that draft, and Jarvis, I think, is one of them. I mean, you look at some of the guys taken in that first round, and Jarvis is right up there with some of the best of them.
I have to agree with you on that one. Now, is Carolina going to be able to keep the pressure up so they can either take that next goal, or is New York going to...
Blocked in front, looking for a rebound. That one's just cleared out, but Canes keep it in the offensive end. Final minute now. Third period, 54 seconds to go. Carolina with it in the attacking zone. Trying to work it up. That's through to the middle and dumped in back to the offensive end. Marty Necas will chase after it. Trouba plays it now. 40 seconds to go in the third. We're close to an OT game coming here. Into the attacking end. Here's Capo Caco. Pass into the middle. Rangers with a late chance. Shot there, just sent wide. Loose puck in the corner. Carolina gets to it. And that one is cleared all the way down. Icing here against Carolina with 23.9 to go. We have ourselves a tie game here.
Ooh. Oh, man. Some wide open chances there, too, that they had. The Rangers did.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go, man. This is going to be it. I think we're going to be heading into overtime.
We'll see. Carolina wins the drawback. They clear that one out. Glove down in the neutral zone. Rangers trying to bring it back into the offensive end. That stood up at the blue line, and they have to regroup again. I do not believe so. Who asked there if Jarvis was related to Doug Shady's side? I do not believe so, as the final horn is going to sound here in the third. We get a little pushing after the whistle. Vetrano getting into it with Aho here. We got a scrum in front of the benches.
Uh-oh.
We got a scrum in front of the benches here.
Getting chippy.
End of regulation, 1-1. And Vetrano and Aho getting into it. Kreider and Jarvis against each other in there. Everybody comes together to finish regulation in this one. But we're going to be going to intermission, and we're going to be going to overtime with this game tied up at 1. And this is going to be a very interesting overtime period coming up here, because Carolina, who is down for 90% of this game, was able to come back and tie it. And now it's going into OT, where all it takes is one shot and this game's over.
And, you know, that's what we were talking about the whole time. They were one shot away. And, boy, they just made the adjustments, flipped the switch, and said, oh, yeah, this third period is going to be ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, what? I don't know.
All right, everybody. So we are going to OT. Thank you guys all so much for watching and being here tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Please don't forget, it really means a lot if you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams, welcome and wanted here. Just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Really, really appreciate everybody watching. And I'll be streaming all playoffs long. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see
Yeah,
what
for
happens
sure.
coming up here in this overtime period. But special guest on the channel tonight is Steel from Steel Flyers. You can check out his channel in the description. There's a link there. Also, the pinned comment at the top of the chat has a link for Steel's channel as well if you want to check him out. And thank you guys again. Awesome game here tonight. Game 1 between the Rangers and Hurricanes, and what better than some bonus hockey? As this one is going to go to overtime here, and next goal wins the game. We'll see which team's able to get it, but big push there for the Hurricanes in the third period after New York really shut them down through the first 2 periods. Hurricanes pushed back hard in the third, and were able to get the goal to tie it up.
Exactly, and I don't think it's that New York didn't play offense. I just think that Carolina just flicked the switch and said, "Yeah, we're taking this period."
Yeah, Carolina just came out with a way bigger push in the third and took that period over.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And there's nothing. I just don't think there's anything that New York was going to be able to do about it. They put their mind to it, and they were actually able to do the things that they want to do. We thought that this is what Carolina was going to be out of the gate, was playing like this, like they did in the third period. That's what we thought they were going to play like out of the gate, but that just wasn't the case. They took those penalties right away at the beginning of the first period, and that just kind of discombobulated them a little bit. You know what I mean? And because the whole time we were talking about, Carolina's one shot away, even though New York clearly, outshot them, outchanced them, had the better of the play, had more time in the offensive zone, had more shots on, the whole 9 yards. But it's like Carolina was never out of it.
Yeah, they were always just one shot away.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it was like they got that one shot and bang, here we are.
Yep.
So we'll see if we can get them to get one more shot.
Yeah. All right, Sandra, welcome in. Kyle, welcome in. Ruslan, welcome in. Larry. AJ, congratulations on your OT bet hitting. That is awesome. Ask, welcome in. Katrina, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it.
Man, can you guys pick lottery numbers for us?
David, right? What's going on? Welcome. Thank you for watching. LJ, I have no control over that. That is supposed to be automatically updating. So whatever its source is, obviously is bugging out right now or something, but I have no way to change that.
Change what?
DD, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Good to see everyone in the chat tonight. We are getting ready for overtime here between the Hurricanes and the Rangers. And with another overtime game, that means it's time for another overtime challenge. So that means you guys get to pick one player from each team on who you think is going to score the game-winning goal in this game. You get one Rangers player, one Hurricanes player. Let me know. Make your picks in the chat. Who do you think finishes off this game? I am going to think about it for a second here and then get my picks out. I'll also tweet my picks so that they're out there officially. Let's see. I got to think about this a little bit here. For the New York Rangers, I am going to go... I kind of want to go a little off the board with this pick. No, I feel like it'll be a top guy.
So what's the challenge? You have to pick a guy.
One guy from each team.
Who's going to score the goal?
Game-winning goal.
Okay, I got Nino Niederreiter for Carolina.
Okay.
And I got Zibanejad for New York.
Rangers. Okay. I am going to go... I'm going to go with one of the kids. I'm going to go with Lafreniere.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Lafreniere for the Rangers.
Okay.
And I'm going to go...
Oh, that's a good one.
Vincent Trocheck for Carolina.
Oh, he's had 2 awesome chances.
I'm going to go Lafreniere for the Rangers or Trocheck for Carolina. Guys that obviously haven't scored yet in this game. And guys that I haven't said their names a lot tonight. Although Lafreniere's had a solid game. That line has been good for Obviously, he assisted on Heedle's goal early in the game. I feel like I didn't say his name a whole lot after that, but, guys that I
Solid
think
game.
maybe not be the first pick. I feel like a lot of people are going to be picking the Ahos, the Sveshnikovs, the Taravinans, guys like that, and then obviously Panarin, Zibanejad, guys like that for the Rangers. I'm going to go Laffy for the Rangers and Trocheck for the Hurricanes. I think it might be a little bit of an under-the-radar goal scorer here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too, which is,
I also think we're going to get pretty deep into this overtime. Like, I don't think this game's going to be over in the first 5 minutes, just because there's been so little scoring in these games already so far. Like, I don't think we're just going to come right out and see a goal. I feel like this is going to be a longer overtime where teams are going to have to play all of their lines, get everybody ice time, get guys out there and such. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, you got me till 10.
We'll see how it goes.
Right? I got to cut at 10, man, because the work bell calls early tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Paul, what's going on? Welcome in. Sweep the leg. Awesome to have you here.
Oh gosh, I love the names of the characters,
no,
man.
Ethan Bear has been a scratch, Lars, for the playoffs. Their Carolina D pairings have been Slavin and D'Angelo, Pesci and Shea, and Cole and Smith.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I have no idea, Ethan. If you want me to just throw a name out there, I'll throw a name out there of the 30-plus guys that will be playing, but I have no idea. I'll say Cale Makar, I guess. Tomorrow, Micah, I'll be doing both games tomorrow. Game 2 of the Lightning and Panthers, also St. Louis and Colorado. Dan, what's going on? Welcome in. Really
for sure, man. You got to be checking out John, man. If you guys aren't listening to John and checking out his stream and subscribing to him, you guys are missing out for sure. John has got the streams going. He's got a doubleheader coming on tomorrow with both games. And man, I'll tell you what, I turn off the sound and I turn John on and I pop him on my computer and I got the big screen going with the game. So John is the man to be listening to for the game.
Hey, thank you, Steele. I appreciate that. Awesome to have you on tonight. It's good to get to see you again and talk again. It's been a while because obviously I've been doing games during the playoffs, so we haven't had the show. And appreciate you coming on tonight. And what a game we got. Game 1 of this series. When we decided on Wednesday night to do this one on tonight, we knew it was going to be early in one of these series. And when I saw that it was going to be the Rangers-Carolina game, I said, well, that's going to be a tight one, and we've certainly gotten that.
Yeah, and I was glad that is I'm glad that this is the game that we get to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because we've done a couple games in the past, you know what I mean? And I'm just glad that this was the game that we got to do.
Yep.
For this.
Not tonight, Avi, no. There have not been. BB Bart, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat here.
Thank you for the subscribing, man. Woo-hoo. Listen, man, every time I watch your stream, dude, you get like a whole boatload of people to come in and join you, man, for real.
I mean, just trying to grow the channel as best we can.
But that's the way to do it, though, man. Like, you get all these great people that come in here and watch this stream, and you put on such a good show, and you call everyone out by name. I mean, I don't know anybody else that's doing that.
Yeah, I mean, trying to build the best community that we can here, have some fun, and all enjoy hockey.
Exactly.
And just, I mean, that's what it's about, enjoying hockey and having some fun, no matter what team you root for, whether it's the playoffs, regular season, your team's in it, your team's not. I mean, heck, my team's out, and I'm still watching playoff games every single night because I'm a huge hockey fan in general.
Me too.
I know that there's a lot of other hockey fans out there as well that are going to enjoy games no matter who's playing.
Exactly. You know, and when you have that deeper appreciation, you know, look, John, I know that you're a diehard Boston fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard Philadelphia fan, right? So, but the fact that, yeah, we might be fans of these teams, but we're objective enough that we can, you know, look at other teams and go, yeah, man, New York Rangers playing really well. Yeah, Carolina's playing really well, or this is what's going on and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that I've never liked is uber biased commentary. I get that the guys for the regional networks are supposed to be for that team, but I've
yeah,
never been a big fan of super biased commentary. So when the
exactly.
Bruins are playing, I'm rooting for the Bruins, but
Yeah,
if the other team does well, I want to give the other team credit too and say that they're playing a great game and doing a good job.
exactly. That's why our show when we do on Friday nights during the regular season from 8 to 10, off the ball hockey show, man. We do that's 2 hours of some of the best hockey knowledge, and I would much rather watch us doing it than any of the people that are out there on any of the other networks, period. I mean, I'm just calling it like I see
It
it,
is
you know what I'm
fun.
saying?
Captain Rexall, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I'm trying to see if anyone new has come in yet. G Factor, what's going on? That's a great question. It seems like they've tried everything so far. It's been rough for the Wild in the first round of the playoffs. Quadruple, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Quadruple. Really, really appreciate you being here.
Nice.
Let's see what else. Spaghetti Factory, what's going on? Danny, welcome in. Great to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for coming here. Really, really appreciate it.
And
Lance, what's going on? Welcome in.
All these great people in here, man. Thank you guys for hopping in. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you guys being here and checking us out. John calls the entire NHL. He's calling the playoffs right now. We got a great game here, the Carolina Hurricanes against New York Rangers. And we're going into overtime as Carolina tied it up late here. So let's go and see how this is going to turn out here. We should be getting close to puck drop soon, right?
Yeah, I would imagine that we're not far away from this OT period starting. So you're right about that, Robert. There's nothing like overtime hockey in the NHL playoffs. It is.
There's nothing like NHL playoffs.
Yeah, and then overtime, it just goes to a whole other level from the level it's already on. So
that's right.
Pretty incredible for sure, and I cannot wait to see what happens here and who's able to take this game one. Taylor, what's going on? Welcome in. Bob, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Danny, thank you so much.
Oh, man.
Yay, member hype for Danny. 15 months as a member on the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. That support is awesome and greatly appreciated. I mean, all of them, G Factor. I mean, I'm a huge hockey fan in general. I love hockey. Love pretty much the whole league. Just a big fan of great hockey, and we've certainly seen a lot of that these playoffs, and it's been a lot of great series so far, and we're only starting the second round here. Comic Forge, what's going on? Welcome in. Joey, 12 months as a member. Let's go. Hype for Joey as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chris, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Joey is our resident guy in the warm tropics. You know, he keeps our tropical dreams alive. So thank you, Joey, for that.
What's going on, Chris? Enjoying some hockey here. Ready for OT to begin. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate it. I picked the Flames to win that series, Colin, but I think it's going to be very, very close. And for tonight, again, I'm leaning Flames, but man, it's going to be a great game. Those Battle of Alberta games are very unpredictable, and they're usually gong shows. Like, I remember the last game of the regular season they played against each other was 9-5. So
yeah,
I'm expecting some craziness, to say the least.
We shall see.
Yo, just before OT starts, Danny with the 5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. Really appreciate that. Let's get some dono hype for Danny in the chat as we begin OT. This one is underway. Played up now. Jesper Foss with a heavy hit in on the forecheck. Shot blockered away by Shesterkin. Working it around now, offensive zone. Kane's off the draw. into the offensive end. Trying to take it now. Played back the other way. Kreider through the middle. Rangers into the offensive zone. Here's Zibanejad behind the net. Poked away from him by Brady Shea, who sends it up the boards. It's kept in by Lindgren. Rangers trying to set up in the offensive zone now, just over 30 seconds into this overtime period. Next goal wins this game. Let's see who's able to get it, and let's see how quickly it comes. There haven't been many goals in this game, only one for each team. So I wonder if we're in for a longer overtime here. Or I wonder if somebody just comes out and finishes this thing off.
It might be that, because it depends on how the first couple minutes come. You know what I mean?
Pesce trying to get it out here. Canes still in their own zone. Rangers keep it on the blue line. Now it's back out to the neutral zone. Lindgren has to regroup. LGG with the 10. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Shot there from Fox gets blocked. Let's get some dono hype in the chat for LGG. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Moved back up now into the offensive zone. Here comes Carolina. Aho takes a hit there from Panarin in the corner. Rangers take possession back, and they're going to clear it up and out. Neutral zone now. Dumped in by New York. About a minute 40 into this OT. Played in the offensive end. Trying to work this one around. Carolina comes back the other way. It's Seth Jarvis. Behind the net, Jacob Trouba gets to it first. Moved up now. Yes, he is already interviewed there, Lance. Yes. HR, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Back the other way. Played by Lindgren. He'll regroup again in the Rangers zone just over 2 minutes in. Still 17:55 left in overtime. Looking for our game winner here as it's moved up to center ice. Played back here by Carolina. And Lindgren's got to try again. Working this one over. Played up now to the neutral zone. Lafreniere lets it get through to Hedel, and it's cleared back out by the Canes. Here's Natchez now up into the offensive zone.
Doesn't seem like there's that,
it's in front of you. That one's backhanded down, and that one just sent wide. Carolina setting up now offensive zone.
No sense of urgency here, it seems like.
Long shot in, misses wide. Passive. You know, nobody wants to make a bad mistake here.
Right.
Kane setting up, though, in the offensive zone. Quan, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Move to the corner. Here's Carolina with it. Working it around. Sveshnikov back to the half boards. Carolina setting up shot now in the offensive zone. Long shot, knocked down. Played here. Canes with a good shift here. Shot it in. They score. It deflects in. Carolina wins it. 2-1 as they push in the offensive zone and get a deflection goal past Shesterkin. This one is over.
Holy moly. What a great pass. They had great offensive movement. They have great puck movement. They had bodies in front. They had guys going from one side to the next. Cole with a great shot. What a great goal from Carolina. They win in overtime, game one.
And Carolina comes back and wins game number 1.
Now they're looking at it to see if everything's okay, but they're looking at it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good here. Yeah, Carolina wins this
goal.
one. They trailed for, how much of this game?
3/4 of the game.
Almost the whole game. Carolina was down here. They score late in the third. To tie it up with about 2.5 minutes to go. Yep. And then they win it early on in overtime, not far in. They get a deflection past Shesterkin. And there it is, the Carolina Hurricanes with a 2-1 win in overtime to take a 1-0 series lead. And they remain perfect on home ice in the playoffs so far. They have not lost a game at home.
That's impressive. This is impressive, man. This is really impressive what this team has been able to do. Okay? The fact that they haven't lost on home ice. And throughout the regular season, okay, they are 28-9-2.
Wow.
On home ice.
Wow.
Okay, for the regular season. Now, I haven't lost a single game in the playoffs.
On home ice.
On home ice.
Wow.
Right? But 28-9-2 home ice for Carolina this past season. So, Each one of the games that they played against New York during the regular season were like this. They were very close games. A lot of them ended up in overtime. You know what I mean? Carolina did win. 3 of the 4 games?
Yep, Carolina won 3 of the 4 games in the regular season against New York.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Ian Cole there.
Great play.
Ian Cole there fires it towards the net. It goes off of Ryan Lindgren and in.
Yep, great play. They had great puck movement. They were passing it around, and they got Shesterkin moving from left to right, and that was it right there. You know what I mean? Oh no, it went off. I think it might have gone off of Lindgren's.
Yeah, it went off of Lindgren sticking in. Ian Cole with the game-winning goal.
Okay, so it did go off his hand or stick or something. Okay, well, still though, they'll take that right all day long. They'll take that. I don't care what it goes off of, right? If you put the puck in the net,
doesn't matter. Puck's in the net. Game's over. Carolina with the 1-0 series lead.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys, so that is going to do it for us here tonight. Don't forget, I will be back tomorrow with a doubleheader doing both games tomorrow night. Game 2s between Tampa and Florida and also St. Louis, Colorado. It's going to be a great night. But that is going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. It was awesome to have you here. And
thanks, everyone.
This was a big one. Overtime come-from-behind win for the Carolina Hurricanes, and they are up in this series. Thank you guys so much. Before you go, please don't forget, it means a lot if you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. I'll be streaming all playoffs long, just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Special guest tonight was Steel from Steel Flyers. His channel is linked in the description and in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. Awesome to have you here, Steel. Thanks for coming on. And anything you want to let everybody know here before we head out?
Yeah, man, for sure. Check us out. All the great work on Steel Flyers All Sports Network at steelflyers.com. You can check me out on Twitter at steelflyers52. John, thank you so very much for having me and for all the work that you do. And thanks for the great streams, man. Really appreciate all you folks out there for watching, for subscribing, and all the great donations. Keep them coming because it helps John do what he's doing and helps to keep John being one of the best in the business, man. So thank you guys very much. Have a good night. Stay safe, stay strong, and hang tough.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, guys, have a great night. I'm going to be headed out here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, doing both games tomorrow. Going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you there. And until then, have a great rest of your night. Have a great day tomorrow. Talk to you guys all soon. Really, really appreciate it. Good night, everybody, and see you guys next time.
You got it.